Greetings, humanity, and welcome to Channel Other Doc. I am Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is the premiere of our campaign of Lords of Gossamer and Shadow, a diceless game by Jason Durall about powerful reality-hopping beings, and is a spiritual successor to the Amber Diceless Roleplaying game. I am ridiculously excited for this. I've never actually gotten to play this game, and so I'm very happy today. So we're going to go around and say hi to folks, and they can tell us who they are and who they're playing. And we'll be starting with Noctua. Hello.
Hello. I'm Noctua, she, her. Today I will be playing Dame Laudine, also she, her.
Excellent. And now we will head over to a new face for the channel, Mary. Hello.
Hi, super excited to be playing together again. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I go by the Nerd on Wheels online, and today I am playing Atropos, the Harbinger.
Excellent. And now we'll head over to another new face for our channel, Melissa. Hello.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gay. I am playing Scythe. Her pronouns are she, her, and my pronouns are also she, her, and I didn't write them on the window. Just take them as read. I am playing a rakish thief.
Excellent. And now we will head over to Trooper. Hello.
Hello, I am TrooperSJP, and I'm happy to be back. The last time I was here, I believe I was a spy and had much bigger hair, which, would just not be appropriate for this character. I am playing Erick Wujcik, an old curmudgeonly botanist. Just a botanist with a cool book, but is just a normal book.
Just a regular book.
Yes.
Nothing to see here.
Yes. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
And today I will be playing Dorian.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Merthin's pronouns are he, him.
Okay.
Cool. And today I will be playing Dorian, whose pronouns are also he, him, the most irresponsible sorcerer in the multiverse. And before I hand things over to our GM, you may see us use safety tools from time to time. Like we do with the other games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, or hold up a card or make an X symbol, and we'll back up and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat, and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil. So it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much. Then everyone else can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. Just a few content warnings. This game may contain references to betrayal, deceit, graphic combat, and violence. It may also have the possible potential for PvP action depending on the player's choices. If you would like to see that list and you're watching live on Twitch, you can type in the this is a new one, ! LGSCW. And that will show that list of content warnings. I'm also going to set it up so that we have that on rotation. Also, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It's just a game, and mental health is always more important. And so now, without further ado, I shall hand things over to our game master, Brian. Hello.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian. My pronouns are he, him. I am also really excited to run this. I've run a whole lot of Amber Diceless and a little bit of Gossamer and Shadow, so I'm really happy to do this. So we have got a few things here and there that will need to be worked out about characters and story and things, but I think a lot of it can actually be worked out in play. So I've already warned the players about this, but I warned them about a month ago, so you may have forgotten. I'm starting out in media race. So I will say what I will do this time, and possibly, actually, almost certainly at several different points during the game, is put you on the spot for filling in details or coming up with stuff or talking about an NPC or whatever. And if you don't want to do that, just tell me, and then I'll come up with the thing. So, because I understand that sometimes I forget because I love playing that way. Sometimes, but I do understand, at least intellectually, that not everyone does. So I'm trying to make sure that we do that. So just say, I think maybe you should tell me what that is. So having said that, I think we're going to start with Laudine and Scythe. The two of you find yourselves standing back to back and surrounded by guardsmen in the courtyard of an opulent palace.
I'm sure I had something to do with the situation.
So first, if you don't mind, could you, starting with Laudine, I think, could you describe what you look like and what you're doing?
So, Laudine is a quintessential knight in shining armor. She's like 5'11", almost 6 foot, twice as broad as I, the player, am, and she is wearing a full plate mail. And she's got with her, like sheathed at her side, this. It looks like a sword. Looks like a perfectly normal sword because she hasn't drawn it yet, but she's got a hand on the sword hilt. She's just like looking around, seeing if anyone's talking to them or at them, just wondering, am I gonna have to draw this?
So, Scythe, what do you look like and what are you doing?
I have on a ripped ball gown, and part of me is covered in soot for some reason. And I am currently holding a let's see, a paintbrush, because it's definitely not a universal skeleton key that opens any door or lock.
Over Laudine's shoulder, she asks Scythe, "What were you doing?"
Painting?
What, your dress? Indicates the soot.
There may have been a wall that I may have accidentally failed to climb.
Were you going down the chimney?
I am just saying, I was invited. I just chose an unusual method of entrance.
Ah. Was there something wrong with the door?
It was locked.
The guards are in a circle around you. All of them have swords drawn. There's a few guys in the back with crossbows. They do not look happy.
Whatever I did, I'm fairly confident that this is an overreaction.
So, like, again, hand on sword hilt. Don't suppose you could just apologize and we could walk away from this?
I'm sorry?
They start moving closer.
Aladdin just kind of sighs and she's like, I don't want to do this, but can't have us getting caught by this lot today. She'll look around, be like, no? Are we done talking? Are we sure? Okay. She'll draw the giant sword.
So they were moving closer. Now they're moving a little farther away. And I think we need to cut to Dorian. Dorian.
Yes.
You are in the same palace, but you are in the library.
Okay.
What are you looking for? And have you found it?
I think probably I've just been, because Dorian very rarely has a sense of urgency, and so probably hasn't found it yet. I think that if I'm in the library, I think what I told them I am looking for is I'm looking for a wine catalog.
Okay.
That's what I've said that I'm looking for.
Right, exactly, yeah.
What I'm actually looking for is kind of close to that, but it's more to do with it's more to do with the creation of potions, and sort of imbuing them with things. So it's a thing that I'm looking for, a thing disguised as a wine catalog.
Nice. Okay.
Basically, because it's like, okay, are there secret messages in there? Probably. I keep hearing that they're wanting to check out. So I was curious. I thought I'd take a look.
So you do hear music coming from the ballroom, which is not too far from the library. You also hear chanting coming from a room just past the library, which brings us to Atropos. I have a question for you, the player. Are you willing to be summoned by a cult?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
In that case, I have a feeling that given that a lot of your companions are here, maybe you planned this. So if that's the case, tell me what happens when you arrive. And also, Dorian, I forgot to ask what you look like. We'll come back on that one. But Atropos, I really want to know what you look like when you show up.
Yeah, so Atropos, after she probably planning how these things put together, she more so sees the comedy in summoning her, as she does not see herself as this grandiose being. But if people think she is, that works better for her.
Fair.
But she probably came up with some sort of strange chant offerings of foods that she really enjoys.
Nice.
Can't get anywhere else. Some snackies, but as she kind of arrives in like this smoke and ash plume, we see that a woman standing in the middle of a circle. She has long flowing black hair that has a light wave to it that almost seems to like blow in the wind ever so slightly.
Nice.
She has a dark lace cloak that somewhat covers her eyes. If you do see her eyes, that's bad news for you. But at this point, it is covering her eyes just slightly. And a long black dress that seems to look as though the bottom of it was burned and jagged. And almost all of the clothing on her looks well worn, as though this is not necessarily from another time period, but in a way of this could be some sort of artifact.
Sure.
And
okay.
The most, I think, interesting part, though, is of her willowy frame. Behind her is a very large scythe that is strapped to her back. And I think that as the smoke plume just starts to wave away, she probably is just standing there very carefully, hands kind of like crossed, and then she'll just almost in a like parody way of being like, yes, I have arrived. Is there something you need, or? was this just for fun?
Let's see. What do they call you? I think these guys are going to call you. Okay. They say. Oh yes, Great Morrigan. We need your assistance. Dorian, you think you hear Atropo's voice in the room next door?
Huh.
Except there's no obvious door to get in there.
Oh, goodness. And just kind of be like, I wonder if I should do something about that.
Now what do you look like? I forgot to ask.
An important question. Have I been at a gathering in this place before this, or no? Or did we just sort of pop in here for
I think you might have been the one that has been here before. You might have been the one to scope the joint. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Is there a party of any kind going on right now?
Yes, there is. It is in fact a grand ball for the Duke's nephew.
Okay, so if that is the case, then at this point, so Dorian is kind of a fairly he's a little above average height fellow, sort of thin. He has sort of flowing, dirty blonde hair, and he is currently wearing whatever is ridiculously in fashion for this world at this place at this time, for this event.
You're wearing next season's outfit.
Yes. And so, is this medieval? Is that the what we're?
I feel this feels Renaissance. Yeah.
Renaissance-ish. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's so what he's got is this this kind of very expensive looking sort of blue, black, and purple doublet with a number of sort of gold sort of chains kind of on it. He looks like he has some sort of magisterial office that
right,
is
okay.
absolutely fake as far as it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, he has one, just not in this reality.
Not here. No, yeah.
And so he's the appropriate sort of hosiery trousers for this era or this world. And he probably has a rapier at his side, but he's
sure.
It's mostly for purely defensive, for show, really more than anything else. And he is still one of the things that he is wearing around his neck is there's a chain that goes into sort of an inside pocket that there's a thing in there. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So he will just sort of like, bother. How important is it that I get this catalog?
It is of moderate importance, but no urgency.
Mm. All right. Well, let's see.
It's not a matter of timing. It's just a matter of whether you do it.
Yeah. This is going to be. All right. This will be. Okay. I have an idea. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I think I got it narrowed down to like a handful of volumes.
Yes.
That it could
you know what
be.
section it's in. You're sure. Yes.
And so it's like there's like just a few volumes. So I'm like, all right, well, if I may, hopefully this is okay. Let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
Sure.
He's going to reach and he's going to pull out a what looks like sort of it would be like it's around his neck, kind of like an amulet would be, but it's a pocket watch, a very strange and elaborate pocket watch that he has created. And he's like, all right, let's see, and he's sort of going around slowly listening. While he's doing this, he's multitasking. While he's doing this, he's also listening to see sort of which bookcase this voice is coming from behind. And he's like, he's grabbing the volumes with one hand. With the other, he's flipping open the watch and just muttering a word or two, which actually he doesn't even need to do. The watch does it for him, which is the point. He just sort of like, okay, and that. and he summons a picnic basket that is going to appear on a table in the room. It's like that's nearby. It's got probably like a bottle of wine and like a thing of bread sticking up out of it. And he'll head over to it. He'll pull out the wine bottle, and a little bit of the like a little bit of cheese. He'll set it aside. He'll shove the books into the basket, and then he'll dismiss the basket back to his home world. And then, sort of grabbing the wine, he's now going to head over to the bookcase and be like, "All right, let's see if we can find you, shall we?"
Oh yeah, there's a secret door. You just move certain books in a certain order.
Okay, slowly going to be like, all right.
Nice. And so, Etripo, you hear a click, and I think you already know who's on the other side. So, a quick question for you, and then we're going to get over to Merthine. Are there certain rules that you're going to have to abide by because of the summoning, or not? In this particular case, did they do it right? Is the question.
Oh, they absolutely didn't do it right.
Okay.
No. In fact, like at least of what she doesn't want anyone to summon her, because that could be very, very bad.
It's annoying.
They legitimately did.
Yeah.
So I think that she basically came up with something that absolutely doesn't work, but
Nice.
basically that it would communicate that someone was like almost like when you get the ringing in your ears and you're like, oh, someone's talking about me. That's kind of what happened. So she knew when to pop in.
Right.
She's basically playing as distraction at this point.
Perfect. So I will tell you what they're asking for, and then I'm going to cut over to Merthine. Is they are trying to place a death curse on the Duke's nephew.
Rude.
And now, Merthine, you find yourself in. Okay, so I said this was a grand palace, and it is. Picture Versailles, but the outside part with the topiary and the hedge mazes.
Ooh.
And that's where you are amongst all of the vegetation. Now in this case,
did you say topiary?
I did. Now in this case, it is highly cultivated and well trimmed and manicured vegetation, but it is still vegetation. So my question to you is, what do they have here that they don't realize the power of?
Well, I don't know where my friends are, what they're doing, but it was nice of them to bring me here to this event so that I could see the hedge mage. After all, hedge mages are wonderful. Oh, I spent quite some time talking to the hostess of this place. I imagine perhaps I might even have her with me, and I'm giving her a very long lecture on actually, you see, what is interesting is that this is called a tiger rose. And tiger roses, you may not know this, have nothing to do with tigers. Do you know what a tiger is? You probably don't. It also doesn't look like a rose. But if you had seen a tiger, have you seen a tiger? Do you know what they are? Do you know what a tiger is?
I don't believe I have.
Oh, tigers, they're amazing. They're not as amazing as this rose. By the way, the colors are also not even the same. I don't even know why they call them this. I don't know why you have one. But this, by the way, this tiger rose, if you listen very, very carefully at exactly Vespers, it makes a small little singing sound. It kind of goes like, rawr, like that. Maybe that's not really singing. Maybe that's a bit more growling or roaring. I don't know, but you only have 3 of them, and that three is a number that will give you a harmonious sound. So if you come out to your garden at Vespers, exactly, not earlier or later, but exactly at Vespers, and you sit here and you lean in. We have to wait a little bit longer before the Vespers. You will hear each one of them go, rawr, but in a different tone. And those tones together sort of ring with the sort of sounds of itself, the universe. It is amazing. How did you get these? These are not even native to this area.
In fact, they're not even native to this Gossamer world.
I didn't want to tell her that.
Yes.
That'd be a little bit too much information for her. I mean, I
but
might give her information.
She says, well, they were a gift from, I believe it was he was the king of, I'm having trouble remembering the land he said he was from now.
Oh, well, I would love to know, especially if you had one of these. You know, by the way, it is fortunate that that I got the invitation to come visit, because I hate to tell you this, but you're not feeding these 3 little flowers properly.
I shall instruct the gardeners. What should we do?
Oh, well, so just regular water, as you're doing, will be fine for these flowers, but for a tiger rose that goes, water and regular will not be enough. Actually, what I would like you to do, do you have, what is the best? Do you have potatoes? Do you know what those are?
That's a sort of tuber, yes?
Yes. All right. So you must take the potatoes, you must make a mash out of it, and you must ferment it a little bit for a certain amount of time. You're going to want some sugar, and then you're going to make sort of I don't know what everyone calls it everywhere else, but it's sort of like a mead, but out of potatoes. There's a place they call it.
The Northerners have a name for that. They call it the eau de vie.
Yes. You're going to want to feed these tiger flowers that eau de vie, 4 drops each into the mouths of the roses once a day. I would say after they make their little song, if you do so properly, then they will be, encouraged to sing even more.
Lovely.
Yes. I would love to know if you could remember. That you can't is understandable, because some monarchs are just so dazzling. But if you could ever remember who it was who dropped these off at you as a gift, I would love to meet them.
Well, my major domo keeps track of all that. I shall contact her at once, and then she starts heading back to the palace.
But wait.
She's gone.
But and I'm torn, because the song is going to happen in merely 15 minutes, and I don't know if I should follow her or wait for the song.
I think we'll leave you with that decision, and we need to cut back to Scythe and Laudine. What we're cutting back to is the aftermath. What does it look like as you wrap up whatever just happened?
So you see Laudine standing there, again, hilt on the sword, it's back in its sheath, and there's just a ring of people lying flat on their backs.
Okay.
And you can see that they're still alive. You can hear a lot of groaning and moaning, and one guy like half tries to get up, and he's like, nope. And like for the one guy who tries to get up, Laudine just kind of raises an eyebrow, like, are you? I didn't want to do this. I really don't.
Definitely, yeah. He thinks better of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scythe, anything to add to that?
Well,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my style of combat is to make it look like I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's kind of akin to Drunken Master, just sort of like evasive falling and ducking maneuvers that encourage unconsciousness in my opponents.
Absolutely. Okay.
And after
You're just going full Jackie Chan.
Yeah, pretty much. Just yeah. But afterwards, I pull out this weird looking knife from the inner recesses of my gown and say, like I said, an overreaction. But yes, this is clearly the thing that Scythe has liberated from the premises.
Absolutely. Gotcha. In that case, I think we'll come back to you. But speaking of aftermaths, what does the ritual room look like, Dorian and Atropos? Some time has passed.
I think that at least for Atropos, she's very much making these cultists work for it.
Oh, nice.
Very much in the way of like, but what can you do for me? This is not simple magic. What you're asking me to do is to defy the cycle of life. And basically coming up with, because really what they're asking is something she would not do,
right.
like unless she was forced to.
Sure.
And so I think very much she is just trying to get them to like see, maybe they'll give her a magic item that she can take, maybe that piece of information.
Oh.
She's fishing for.
Okay. The guy and Dorian, you see this too, and you are not unfamiliar with rituals, so you see what's going on. And so the guy that's obviously leading the ritual looks particularly worried for a couple of minutes, and then one of his like subordinate cultists comes over to him and whispers something, and he begins to look more frightened but somehow relieved, and he says, "Yes, now go." And that guy runs out. So you're certain that whatever it is, they're going to get you something to appease you.
Fantastic.
Dorian, what are you doing during this?
I think I'm just sort of secreted up in the I'm going to create architecture. I'm just going to assume that that this room has a gallery that I sort of in a hidden nook that I'm just sort of looking down on this thing from, and just sort of like when I don't interrupt anything, just sort of waiting, and if at some point Atropos finally looks up and sees me, I'll just sort of be like, raise the wine bottle and be like, and just sort of. Just kind of give the sort of look. You good? You know, it looks like you're good. You know, sort of.
Yes,
she'll just like kind of give a signal of, yeah, this is fine. And almost in the way of, from her body language, you can definitely tell that she is not worried at all. Whether it is false bravado or she is fully feels confident, that might not be for sure, but she at least feels like in control of the situation.
Okay, so I think actually then Dorian will be watching, but then also is going to during this whole thing to avoid getting bored, he's going to take out his folio of icons. And just sort of flip to, let's see, who shall he annoy? Because my presumption is that I know everybody else is here at this point.
Yeah, everyone is aware of everyone else's general location.
Okay. Do I have
or at least where they were supposed to be? Well, I'll say that.
I may not realize what you all are doing exactly, but I know that we're all here at this soiree.
Do I have an icon of, because I did not make these myself. I have a friend who does these for me. Do I have an image of Dame Ladine?
Okay, that's an excellent question, and please answer it in a moment, but that is something that everyone should figure out. Right now, I feel like the assumption is you have icons of each other, and you are all welcome to do so. But if there is a reason that one or more of you might not, let us know that. So, apologize for the interruption, but yeah. So, Ladine, does he have an icon of you?
He does. He would. This is not the first time that Ladine and Dorian have worked together, so
right. Okay.
Over the course of time, he's picked one up.
Yeah. So basically, and what Dorian has, this is sort of like a folio of a little sort of card-sized folio of like tin-type looking images,
Right.
essentially. And so he flips to the one of Dame Ladine, and and he'll just sort of stare at it for a moment while this is going on and attempt to initiate contact.
Okay. Mechanically, I have no idea how this works.
It's okay. So, well, essentially, what it boils down to is you feel when someone is attempting to contact you with an icon of you, you get a sense of their presence in your mind. Different people experience it different ways. Sometimes people just find themselves thinking of a person, or sometimes you don't know who it is that's calling you. In this case, you do. You recognize that it is Dorian. You are also aware that it is possible for someone to pretend to be Dorian, but
why would they?
But there are certain circumstances under which you definitely know who it is that's contacting you, and sometimes you don't. This time, you feel like Dorian. Once you kind of click in, like, oh, it's an icon thing, you realize it's Dorian sort of tapping on your mental shoulder.
Okay. So, Dorian, you experience this a little bit like an old-fashioned like radio or a walkie-talkie, like just burst of static as Ladine is suddenly paying attention, and just like where did you get to? I lost track of you. You okay?
Oh, quite all right. I'm up in a little nook just past the library. Everything going all right out there?
For a certain level of all right. Sides had a bit of an adventure, but I think we're good now.
I think you'd be gratified to know I have found Atropos, and it's just it's a fascinating, rather charming little ritual they're currently doing. I think she's going to get rather quite a bit out of this. I think, although that circle is terribly sloppy. But I don't know if I can send an image or if I can just turn and show what's going on behind me.
You can transmit. Yeah, you can. But you have to keep yourself in the frame, but you can make sure that anything behind you is visible.
Yeah. You have a selfie camera.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, that's really what it is. Yeah, good.
So just kind of up against the railing to sort of like show the mad scrambling of the cultists sort of behind me with the circle with Atropos in the center.
You hear Ladine kind of chuckle and just like, well, I wouldn't want to interrupt her fun.
Yeah, not at all. But do let me know if you need quick exit or anything like that.
Can Ladine, as the recipient of this call, do the same kind of like mental selfie around the environment? Okay, so Dorian gets the image of like all the guards just lying flat, where Ladine and Scythe are just standing there.
Oh, dear.
I have to ask: is Scythe at any point in the frame?
If I am, I'm picking my teeth with that ceremonial knife.
Yep. Yes, so Dorian, you see this.
Dorian, you recognize that knife. It's the ceremonial knife of the 7 sages of Tamsin.
What? Curious. Oh, how'd you get that one? It's a rare piece. Yeah. Didn't know
she said she was painting.
Oh. What? In what medium?
Paint?
Soot, I presume.
I suppose it's possible. You'd come around with I just assumed it was blood, but just given the instrument. But at the same time, I suppose it's one can get one can do something like that, and it's really fascinating. I don't know. Right. Well, I went ahead and grabbed some books, and so we can head out whenever you're ready. If you need a quick exit or whatever you need.
Oh yes. When you're all done, and Atropos, when all of you are done inside, please come out. Probably to the garden. I've lost track of Merdine, and he'll be there.
Oh yes, that would be rather difficult if we're taking the long way back, and then that'll. Yes, it would complicate things if we lose our gardener. Right. Very well. Very well. I'll just hang around here for a little bit longer, see how this is going, and then we go and see if I can go and round him up. I suppose.
Speaking of Merthine, that's a good
seem
question.
Much worthy of my talent elsewhere right now.
Merthine, did you in fact decide to stay with the flowers or follow the Duchess?
Well, I do have to follow her, but the thing is, do you have what? One moment. I just need like 1 or 2 moments. Is that all right?
She's not so far away she can't pause. She waits.
But she's a bit farther that way, yes?
She is, yes.
Oh, all right. Herbie.
Oh, nice.
Could you please, this one, this tiger rose, if you don't mind. It's just
And describe what happens.
Well, in case you don't know, Merthine looks quite ancient, old and wrinkly and old, and he's wearing lots of sort of natural fiber, nothing modern robes. Looks like a botanist. Like a botanist is what he looks like. And this book sort of shows up, and it's an old manuscript, leather-bound parchment, clearly from a few centuries. You don't know the world. You don't know what I'm talking about, where I'm from. Anyhow, there are pressings of flowers in each of the pages, with all sorts of notes, some sort of old language that Lord Dean knows. Don't worry about it. Do you know Beowulf? Don't worry about it. Anyway, so when I sort of ask Herbie, it's short for herbarium, you see, because it's a book that keeps... Oh, you don't care. Anyway, when I ask Herbie, the book glows a bit, you see, and then, a copy of the flower, the tiger rose, sort of just emerges in one of these pages. This is, I've pressed it myself, and then words start to emerge on the book, on the page itself, with like the genus and the name and its location, all a little bit. What's the word? It's these are sort of text that you have to concentrate on it for a bit to understand what it says. If you understand that sort of the language of flowers. People speak about the language of flowers, how you can use a flower to say you love someone, but this is really actually about the language of flowers themselves. Anyway, excuse me, I've got to go find the Duchess. Herbie, thank you. You can go. Thank you. Go home. And I'm going to sort of. Duchess, we only have 15 minutes before Vesper, as I sort of chase after her. Duchess, and if there's anybody in the garden, they can certainly hear me calling out for the Duchess. I would like to note, for the record, I'm not actually consciously warning you of the Duchess coming. However, you have met me before, and it's very likely that's exactly what is happening. I just don't realize I'm doing it. Duchess! Oh, but the Vespers, as I sort of jog up towards the Duchess, and you all in the garden know very well the Duchess and also Merthine are on their way through the hedge mage towards the garden, in case you want to. I don't know what you're going to do, because he doesn't know. He just assumes everyone's having a lovely time, having tea, maybe.
So, Atropos, and also Dorian, you're still in the cult room, or did you leave?
Atropos currently, if she got whatever they were going to give her,
they're just about to bring it. So if you're waiting for that,
she's waiting.
And Dorian, are you here in the ritual room, or did you take off?
How boring is this?
Actually, your conversation with Laudine probably took long enough for the guy to get back.
Okay. All
so in that case, both of you see this. What he brings is a case, the sort of case, it's sort of the square case that a necklace would be in, like a particularly expensive necklace, that is of some sort of incredibly rare wood that Merthine would recognize, and then chased in 3 different kinds of precious metal. And Dorian, you recognize some powerful spells have been placed on this box. From here, they're powerful enough. You can tell that they are warding spells that keep unauthorized people from opening the box. And it is handed to probably the only authorized person in the room, which is the person leading the ritual. He casts a quick but complicated spell, and the box opens to reveal what is, to both of your eyes at first, a particularly well-crafted and beautiful necklace. The chain itself is multiple shades of pearls. They start off pure white. Okay, so the amulet is down here, and the pearls start off pure white, as far from the amulet as it gets. But then they begin to get like gray, and then medium gray, and dark gray, and then jet black when they get to the point of the amulet. The amulet consists of let's see. Yeah, both of you have an eye for this. Particularly, it depends on the world you're in. But whether they are rare or not, they are particularly impressive specimens of a dark blue gem. And then, but all of that is completely mundane. What's in the center, however, is extraordinarily powerful. It is about the size of a quarter, but it's a lozenge, and it's not faceted. It's just a indigo stone, a dark indigo that's almost black, and whatever that is, that has power, like capital P power, and they are offering it to you.
Definitely piques her interest. Atropos will reach a hand out to see if they'll give it to her.
Yeah, they do. Or he does.
And she'll reach within her cloak, and just like that Umbra power, it almost looks like she pulls something out of like thin air.
Nice.
But there is a potion, and they don't know that it's just like a flavored drink. But she does. And it's one of those things that those that want to use it will believe what it is.
Okay. Is it one of those things that's got like some actual magic to it, but the magic is basically just deception?
Absolutely.
Okay, nice. I like that a lot. So yeah, everyone in the room except for you and Dorian believe that it is believe it's what they want it to be. Actually, no. Every one of you believes it's what you want it to be. Just 2 of you are right. So yeah, now you have this amulet, and you're obviously free to go. You never were not, but
I think in this world there's a moment where she's always careful of how long she spends in different places, and
oh yeah. You can feel it starting to decline, even no longer than you've been here.
Yeah, and I think at that point she'll kind of lock eyes with Dorian and kind of give a nod.
Okay.
And then she'll say, "The deal's done."
And with that, they completely uselessly unnecessarily tell you that you are released. And I'll cut back to you in just a moment, but Mervine, it turns out that the Duchess did join you at the flowers just in time to hear the song. But my question is, just to make sure I understand, does the book actually trap one of the flowers, or does it only make a copy?
It makes a copy because it can mold the gossamer.
Perfect. So the original flowers are untouched. Okay.
Oh, I would never want to harm a flower. It's just like plucking a flower is the worst. When you can gain it sort of like insight into its essence, and then you can. Oh, you would never want to harm a flower that way. They have feelings, you know. Did you know when you pluck a flower, they scream? You should know that.
She looks aghast at this. She brings in actually, one of her while you were waiting for the thing, her servants arrives, and she says, I sent word to the Major Domo, and she says, this was from the King of Tamsin.
The King of Tamsin takes out a small little it's like a little bound book, and then like holds it, and then takes out a small pot of ink, and then takes out a small quill, and then dips the quill in the ink, and then realizes it's a little bit awkward, and then puts the quill in his mouth, puts the cap on the bottle, puts it back in his pocket, and then he writes, King of Tamsin. King of Tamsin. Thank you. I'll have to call upon him shortly. Thank you. Thank the Major Domo. Have we missed the party? Well, we didn't miss that. Did you do that? It was beautiful. You can
That was lovely. I shall come back tomorrow night as well.
Yes. Shall we promenade back to the soiree?
And with that, you are all free to do whatever it is you wish to do. So I'm going to go around and find out what that is. That could be remaining here. That could be leaving. That could. We'll start back with Noctua. So Laudine, what does Laudine do once the dust begins to settle? You're muted. Nope, not yet.
Oh, you don't look muted here.
Wait.
But
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now that did it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, mic issues. So Laudine is going to find Merdine, who is loud and standing next to the flowers. So she's heading that way.
Pretty easy to locate. Fair.
Yes.
Okay, so you're on your way there. Scythe.
Go with her.
Okay.
This is a great party, though. I tell one of the guards as I kick him while I go by.
he mutters something unintelligible.
I think while
ahead.
we're traveling, I think Laudine is going to ask to Scythe just, so, did you have fun?
I had a great time. How about you?
Yeah. More exercise than I expected on this trip. Not quite so boring as I thought.
You know, you never know how these grand balls are going to play out.
At least they didn't make me wear a dress.
That is true. Although you would look stunning, I keep saying.
Look, there's no dress that matches the sword.
You have a point.
Plate mail just accessorizes best.
All
They
right, I'll
continue
give
this.
you that.
Yeah, as we go down to the garden.
I like that. So, Dorian, what are you up to after seeing whatever just happened down in the ritual area?
All right. Well, and I'm kind of figuring that Atropos is going to blink out or go wherever it is that she wants to go.
Sure.
I was going to head basically back. I was going to start making he starts leisurely making his way toward where he thinks the garden is, because again they were talking about trying to get a hold of Merdine.
You are 97% sure that one of the books you grabbed is the right one.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, I can sort that. I can always sort that out when once we're done here, and if we're done at the party. Sadly, Dorian feels as though he's probably not going to be able to remain at the party very long, given the unsightly number of bodies that have just been created. So probably we'll have to be departing soon. So he'll be heading down to just sort of see if he can find Mirrodin and kind of make his goodbyes, that sort of thing, to the
fair. Okay, I think
folks he's
we're
been
gonna hit
mingling with.
Atropos, and then we will get to the point that Laudine and Scythe catch up with Merdine. So Atropos, what do you do upon actually? Yeah, I mean, you made a trade. Yeah.
So after securing the trade, she definitely will leave them with a sentence of be sure to live with your decisions.
Nice.
And kind of poofs out of there. And very much she is not the best at the Grand Stair. But usually it's not her controlling where she goes, it's her weapon. So it's kind of like feeling that tug from the weapon, like she's going to be drawn somewhere else.
Gotcha.
But she will probably at least give info of like, I'm out. You need to get the fuck out pretty soon.
Got it. And I'll catch up with you when we find out where it is you went. Mervine. Mervine is still with the Duchess. You guys were heading back towards the palace, right? So
Yes.
Scythe and Laudine, you can tell that you are about to intercept Mervine and the Duchess.
I think one of the Duchess's people. I think yes, one of.
That's true. But actually, the servant already scurried back to the palace.
I didn't even notice. I was just the flowers. Oh.
I guess I'll put this dagger away.
Yes, quite. Merdine, I think you can hear the clank, clank, clank of plate mail as it approaches.
Laudine is not stealthy.
And I get this sort of giddiness like a little kid. I go,
Yeah.
Oh, Duchess, it is. Dame Laudine is on her way. She's going to grace us with her presence. And you can see there's like Merdine who is a little he hangs out in gardens a lot, so his clothes sometimes are a little wrinkled and rumpled, There's a little bit of lack of care, but when he hears the clanking, buttons, and he just makes sure all his buckles are polished enough.
Actually, I have a question here. So Laudine's presence is very overt.
Yes.
Scythe is incredibly stealthy. Are you remaining by Laudine's side for this, or are you sneaking off?
I might sort of step backwards into the shadows, because I think maybe this Duchess is up to something fishy, and I know she's like here, but I'm going to like watch her from the shadows and watch her for fishy behavior, which I am an expert in, by the way.
True.
Expert of fishy behavior myself. So,
Not what I
I'll do that.
remember. I thought that Scythe was just an expert in just knowing things, just really insightful. Yes.
Scythe also has the takes one to know one power. So.
Yes. So Laudine like turns a corner and spots Merdine, and she's like, hello there. I was wondering where you had got to. Did you find any good flowers?
Oh, I did. Dame Laudine, I presume you and the Duchess, let me please, if you do not mind, make the introductions. Duchess, I may present to you Dame Laudine. Dame Laudine, the Duchess of the Four Kingdoms.
Your Grace. And Laudine like bows a very courtly way.
And I'm going to note, just for protocol, for those who would know, You are supposed to introduce the person of lower status to the upper status person rather than by first. And Mervine introduced the Duchess to Dame Laudine, indicating Dame Laudine is a person of exceptionally high status.
Nice.
What is this? We don't know, but it's like a and not in this in no way being shady, but as in like very sincerely, like this is Dame Laudine, the Dame Laudine. Yes.
So, do I actually know this Duchess?
Let's see. So, you may have said this before, but I can't remember. Were you also invited to this, or was it just Scythe and Dorian? Obviously, Dorian's invited everywhere.
Obviously.
I think Laudine may have been actually tagging along on Merdine's invite as bodyguard.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. In that case, she knows who you are. She's been briefed on anyone that might be visiting here. But
clearly Mervine has a sense of her status that might be higher than other people might have a sense of her status. She's like the mythical,
the bow that she gives you is, you would know enough about the way that things work here. The bow that she gives you is actually as if you were of equal rank to her, implying that she knows something about. She definitely has a sense that the two of you are, in capital letters, not from around here. That actually, Scythe, you know that. Hang on.
Scythe knows everything.
Let me find the name. Okay,
that
Celix.
is what Scythe does.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me get the. Celix is the name that is generally given to this world, and you know that they do receive visitors from other worlds. You're not, and you also, those of you with the ability to do so probably got here through capital D door from the stair, which I think is all of you. All of you have at least Warden, am I right? Okay, so all of you, so you know that this place is connected to the stair. Now, Scythe, you don't know for sure if any wardens have come from here, but you do know that it's obviously attached to the stair, and that they do get visitors from other worlds. However, their usual method of getting visitors from other worlds is to summon them. It is often, that's usually, they have there are multiple cults here that do big business in bringing things and people from other worlds.
Cult world.
Exactly. So you know that is a thing that not everyone here is aware of it. It's usually only the people heavily involved in magic, and you're certain. You probably didn't know this before, but now you do. You could see from the way that the Duchess is reacting that she's one of the ones in the know. You don't pick up a lot of magical stuff about her, except like some of the jewelry she's wearing has some spells on it, but you don't sense that she is a sorcerer. Right. But you can tell that she knows her way around. People showing up from other worlds is Tuesday to her. Although it's maybe like 3 Tuesdays a year, but it's still something she gets.
Interesting.
Laudine, you also, I think you might pick up on that subtlety from her bow, that she sees you as an esteemed visitor, rather than if you were a knight from here, she would not be treating you this way.
Yeah. So Laudine will again thank the Duchess for for the hospitality and such a wonderful event, and again, like do all the pleasantries required of her and of her station.
Right.
As if we hadn't just beaten up a bunch of her dogs.
Nope, does not mention any of this.
That is not to be discussed in polite company. No.
And Merdine is polite company. Unclear
yeah.
if Scythe is polite company,
Yeah.
but
But not, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
I just sort of point
yeah.
in a very subtle way, like a kid. Like I just point towards the tiger roses. Just point like I'm trying to be subtle, but again, there's not a lot of subtlety in now a good Merlin. I just sort of point like, oh.
And Ladine takes a genuine interest, and you can see her like say, okay, this plant, she probably doesn't know the name and could not identify any features, but she's like, okay, on Celix, he likes this plant. Okay, if we ever need to come back here, I need to remember the Duchess, this plant.
Nice. Okay. Scythe, once Merdine points out the plant, you can tell that it is not from this world.
Is it imbued with Umbra, or is it more on the Eidolon side of things, or is it neutral? Is it just a plant from someplace?
Actually, it leans more heavily towards Umbra, not way over onto that end of the spectrum, but it's definitely on the Umbra side.
Interesting. Okay.
It's true about tiger roses. I mean, that's that way.
Sorry,
they got me.
One little out of character question.
Yes.
The Tamsin, is that another world? Is that a person?
It's another Gossamer world. So completely different one.
Okay. Also makes mental note about Tamsin. Because that word's come up a couple times.
What is now that the three of you are together? What are your plans? Are you on your way out? Are you what do you want to do?
Yeah, once we've extricated ourselves from the Duchess and possibly found Dorian.
You know all of the conversational techniques to do that, and she plays along and eventually heads back to the palace. So Dorian, were you heading to the garden? Is that right?
Yes, reluctantly, but yes.
Okay, in that case, you are here.
Oh,
you were here with your three companions.
Yeah, it was just a thing where he was just sort of,
You're walking away from the wine and the dancing.
Yeah,
He
was starting to make the rounds of sort of like, no, I've got to, I must go.
Yeah.
It took another 15 minutes before you even got out of the room.
Right.
Yeah. The as we initiated our Midwestern goodbye.
Yes.
And so he'll just sort of, walk. He's still got the wine bottle in his hand.
Okay.
As he's just sort of looking around, it's like, there you are. It's all sorted out then.
Hail and Melwet? No. Hail and Melwet. Hail.
I'll take either.
Dear. Well met.
Yes. Hail and well met.
Indeed. Anyone do we have time for a drink, or do we need to make off?
We should be going while the Duchess still has us in good graces.
I step out of the shadows and do reach for that wine bottle. Say, "Oh, why, thank you."
Without even looking, he'll just sort of pass it to you. It's from his cellar. It's actually not wine from here.
That's
Somehow
even better.
he didn't have it when he came here, but somehow now he managed to get a bottle of wine from his cellar.
From his cellar, right?
Back
this
home.
surprises no one.
Right. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, it's the 84. Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
didn't see you there.
Hello.
I didn't see you there. Hello, it's so good to see you. Oh, were you finding out information?
I was.
Oh, giving it. Oh, lovely. Oh,
we should have this conversation elsewhere.
Oh, yeah.
As Ladine,
yes.
however she does, opens a door and has all of us step away from this.
Yeah, you're going to have to find an actual door, but that's not too difficult. I described the palace as Versailles. It's full of just doors. So
wait, couldn't I just actually open up one here in the hedgerow?
Oh, he can. Yes.
He can.
Oh, I think you can. That's right. So if you want to just do that, yeah, you've got the master thing, don't you? Right. So
yes. Well, if we need to go, I think there's and he sort of starts like poking through like the hedgerow. I think no, not that one. Yeah. Like open up a spot in the hedgerow to walk through.
Fine.
To a different dimension.
Yeah. Now, are you just going out to the stair at this point?
Yeah. So as far as I think so. Oh no, wait. No, I'm afraid not. We're going to have to go to Dame Laudine's for our post. I mean, that's imagine where Atropos is going to meet us for our post soiree
rendezvous.
The after party.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh.
So
That makes sense. Okay.
And Merdine has access to Laudine's like domain.
Got it.
So
it's a secret door.
Yeah. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Door.
So if everyone's agreed to meet there, why don't we take a short break? And when we come back, you will all be gathered in Laudine's place that she can describe for us.
Yay!
All right.
Excellent. This is awesome. So I have a. Do we want to throw an interview in, or will we be back short?
That's a good question. How long's the interview?
It is about
8 years.
It's slightly. Yes. How did you know?
Hi.
It's about 15 minutes.
How does everyone feel? Do you want to do 15, or do we want it shorter than that?
I would like a quick bio break.
Okay. Well, why don't we just do something less than that? Like maybe closer to 5 minutes or so, or 8 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, do I hear 9?
Sold.
Well, whilst we have our break length auction, we will see you shortly. We shall return. We have returned! Yay!
So, the first thing we're going to do is, before everyone gathers, I believe Merthine and Laudine have something to do.
Yes.
So,
We
they are
arrived at
in
your
a
place.
yes, in Dame Laudine's domain. They are like essentially up in her chambers, and she has like set the sword down immediately in front of her, and Merthine is helping her with her armor.
Undoing the snaps and the buckles and making sure that there's probably like an armor stand where you're supposed to put all of the plate mail after all, make sure you put in the right space. And Dame Laudine, I will make sure it's all polished up nice and proper for the next time you wear it.
Aw. And just, oh, thank you, Merthine. Oh, what would I do without you? And she's like hanging like with one piece like this, you're trying to take the pauldron off.
Hold on, man. Well, I don't know what you do without me. I mean, you're not a spring chicken after all. And then he like tries to go and get one of like the greaves off, and there's a bit of a ding here. And he's like setting everything up.
Yeah, there was one guard was very insistent.
Oh. Were you doing the kindness again of giving them practice and teaching them how to be better soldiers and knights and whatnot?
They certainly got some practice in, yes. Yes.
Good.
It's a lesson that they shan't forget in a hurry.
I'm afraid I forgot all of my lessons. I'm so sorry that I've been a disappointment in that way.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Your strengths lie in other areas. This is what you have me for.
I know, but I will say, you are a very good teacher, and if just because I wasn't able to pick up on it, isn't it, you're very good. You're the best teacher of all sorts of warcraft and knightliness and chivalry that I've ever met.
Oh, you're not so bad a teacher yourself, even if I don't understand half the things you say. But I'm trying. I will remember the tiger roses, and I will
Yes.
remember them at Vespers, and they do their little roar. I will remember this.
Could I ask? I know that you've said no a couple of times, but I really could craft your table to be a bit more round if you wanted. Because I do feel like your main table where we're going to meet everyone, it would be just a little bit, just a rounder table, and
But it's so nice as is, and it's already polished, and it's already all set up, and I wouldn't want to put you through all the effort of doing it over again.
Yeah, well, no, I don't mind. I would just talk to the wood a little bit, and then you could have a nice round table, and then all of your dragons and knights could be there at the round table, all of them together, and I just think you should think about it. Because right now it's more like oval, and that's not really round, is it? It's sort of embarrassing.
Oval at least gives us some enough surface area for everything that we need to do without, having any sharp corners to injure people. It works. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll think about it, but not right now.
Well, yes, Dame Laudine. Whatever you say, after all, I am still your squire.
Laudine, there is a gentle knock on the door of your chambers.
Oh.
Just a moment. And you see her like struggle out of a sabaton.
Here you go. Get the last pieces off.
Yeah. So she's standing there in like essentially her padding, which is like the big like quilted cotton stuff that goes under all the metal. And she'll like call out, "Oh, who is it?"
The Herald, ma'am.
And opens the door.
Ma'am, your guests have begun to arrive.
Of course. I'll be right down.
I shall see that they are properly entertained.
Yes, thank you. So in a few minutes later, there's like fast costume change, and Laudine and Merthine will hold down.
All the ties and stays and all the things that need to be like
right
tied, just
so
follows down behind.
Laudine is in essentially like trousers and like a long robe and like comfortable boots. Her giant sword is now in one of its alternate forms, which is a little dagger, and it's still at her hip. She doesn't go anywhere without it.
Nice.
Cool.
So it's smaller, but it's still there.
And Merdine follows behind Dame Laudine just like a kid does, right? To like the older sister, just follows along, even though he looks 90-something, 190-something. Dame Laudine does not. But you know how it is.
Yeah. Oh.
So is everyone here?
Yes.
All right. In that case, Laudine, what does the meeting room look like?
Okay, so this world of Albion is mostly giant castle. So very medieval style, with notable exceptions that with Merdine here and Dorian, who's been in and out, this area has been well warded, and there's a section of the castle where you can see that there's like etching in the stone for warding, because they've had time to set up. But otherwise, you can see that there's like big stone room with like sconces and like candelabra all over the place. The place where we are meeting is a it's not quite like a mess hall, but it's a little bit like that, because you can see that there is a sideboard where there have been refreshments laid out, and you can all smell the mead that's sitting in a pitcher there. And there's a like large fireplace with a low fire still burning in it. There's tapestries on one of the walls with like a needlework of one of Laudine's exploits, and you can see that there's a few like boughs of some kind of plant that's been strewn up, and it has a very nice scent, and Laudine could not tell you what plant it is because Merdine chose it.
All right. What is everyone doing upon arrival?
I take one look at the spread and head over there.
Nice. Oh, are you still wearing the torn ball gown, or have you changed clothes? Stood at all, yes. Nice. I love it.
And I think Merdine just sort of like scoots over and just like very subtly, not very subtly, just kind of like scoots off a little bit of, so he's like a little rag and just cleans off a little bit of soot, just a little bit right there.
I look at him like I have no idea what in the world he could possibly be on about.
Oh, don't worry about it. There's just a little. You look lovely. And just like he like looks at like a little thing, and he's like, natural fibers, and he just does, and he just like has the little natural fibers grow together to get the little rip out of it.
Oh. I have a feeling that most of what Scythe wears is like horrible polyester.
Yeah, because there was only that one rip, because the rest of it was not natural. But he's like, that one right there is natural. I can fix that. But that was the only part of the whole outfit. It was not a lot he could do.
He secretly appreciates his trying.
Yeah. You look lovely. And he sits down right by Dame Laudine's right side, the chair for the squire.
Anyone else? What are you up to?
I feel like in a late fashion, Atropos will kind of it almost looks as though she's like washed up when she enters, as like she is just soaking wet, like full on like wet cat, is not happy. Is drudging in, wringing out her clothes. Why is it always water? Water or fire? Why can't it just be calm and peaceful? As she's just wringing out her dress.
Gotcha.
And Laudine will see this and be like, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. Oh, you, can I offer you some dry clothes?
And she'll just take a moment and kind of snaps her fingers, and it's back into a different gown.
Nice.
This one is far less formal. Like the other one definitely was almost like costumey. This one is much more comfortable, relaxed, and laid back. The cloak is gone, and the camera would see like more of her face.
Nice.
Where she has like these bright green eyes that are almost like doe-like. For her features, she definitely has almost Disney princess vibes.
Oh, nice.
Which is why she uses the cloak.
I like it. So am I understanding that these are some of the few people that get to see your eyes?
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I like that.
So good to see you again, Atropos. Hello, hello.
Please come in, have a refreshment, grab a seat. Is there anything in particular I can get you? And Ladine is very much hosting.
No, I'm gonna sit. And there's just almost like this wash of like exhaustion on her.
Oh.
You can tell like she's probably hopped to a few places in the time that it's taken to get here. And there are these dark veins just creeping up on her neck, showing just the power that she's had to use recently.
Ladine just turns to Merdine and is like, get her a drink.
And like a spry young chicken, Merdine pops up and sort of heads off to back to get something really nice. And when he brings in a small sort of like plate with a nice cup. And I imagine it is a cup of tea with
nice.
a kind of set of herbs that are actually from Atropos' homeworld, which were not here, but Herbie sort of showed up very briefly off in the corner, right?
Oh.
And there was a little bit of a discussion. And then when he comes back, Merdine comes back with this really lovely sort of mug of tea with just that kind of like, you can imagine like a Bengal spice, like one of those kind of spices that just from your homeworld, it's got that little bit of kick to it. And you can smell it when he comes over.
So I have to ask, is this a plant that is now extinct on your homeworld? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. We'll find out eventually of what lies there, but no, this doesn't exist anymore. And like as she like smells it, it's almost like there's like an emotional response of like, when she takes the cup, there's like a glassiness to her eyes and then she kind of like blinks it away, and then again that facade is back on, and this is most kind of you. Thank you. It's been a while.
Of course. And like when you see Merdine with them, he seems like he's actually the youngest person there. And like he really seems like he just wants to impress everybody because they're all like kind of like, well, the older cool kids, right? And like and he's just like, and he's like, and you can tell that like Dorian's not there yet, but he's super excited for like the older cool kid Dorian, who like in another world would have like a motorcycle, and like he's just sort of excited about it, you know what I mean? Like, and he's wanting to make sure that he's all ready. And yes, he does look like he's like, you know, medieval 90, which so is like what, 40 something. But you know, he's making sure everything is sort of set up, and you know, he just, you can tell that he's just he doesn't get around people a lot. He's often not around people, and he just loves these people so very much, all of them. And he just loves like that they include him in things, and so he's just very excited to be here and to give them whatever, you know, just to show these like little things, right? And I imagine the cup of tea also is like a small little blossom from home that he was able to sort of conjure up a little bit, you know, that sort of a thing. And there's also already something on Dorian's spot, because he knows what Dorian likes, and it's already there. Like there's like a special sort of sweet treat that Dorian might like, and the wine, what he likes, it's already there because he wants to impress Dorian. They've known each other for a really long time, but it never really goes away, you know.
So Dorian, fashionably late as usual, is that the
probably yes. Actually, how well, a couple of questions. How long between then and now do we think it's been?
That's a good question. I'm getting the sense not long, like perceptually for any of you.
Yeah.
However, and this is something I need to bring up, is that it is possible to go to a Gossamer world where time runs really, really fast.
Yeah.
And perceptually, you could have spent a week someplace or longer and then shown up at Laudine's place.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know that I needed that much time for this. This was sort of like, coming back to this meeting and all. Is it? Do I feel as though it might be important to have the book for this meeting, or was that just sort of a separate thing that was?
Yeah, you should probably. Okay, you've had time to sort through, and you did in fact get the right book.
Okay, good.
And it was in fact cleverly encoded as you suspected as wine information, but you rather quickly figured out, and it wasn't a code exactly. It's one of those things where more of a jargon that a certain group of people know. Meaning, if I refer to this sort of wine, what I really mean is, it's one of those. Oh, I know what it is. It's they are practicing an art that was illegal in some places, and therefore they're having to pretend like they are, humble winemakers. But no, what they really were was alchemists and potion crafters.
Excellent. Okay.
You cracked the code pretty quick, though.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So if I need to have that here for this meeting, then obviously I've taken the time to sort of bamf back home, and and time runs a little faster, in where I come from, not hugely faster, but fast enough that it'll probably help, so. Yeah, I probably, and given that it's Laudine's realm, I probably don't usually want to risk teleporting in. So I probably will use the regular method of getting there, whatever that by the stairs.
Yeah. So you would know where the door is, and again, like our select handful of people know, and maybe like one or two others. But yeah, if you come through the actual door on the stair, then you're fine. If you bamf in, the dragons might object.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it might be a slight problem there. Yeah. So I figure, I just would have taken enough time to back home to do that, and then refresh any spells I needed to refresh, by which I mean have my item refresh the spells for me. Right. And like I've got one slot open, I may as well pull something in. Pull in another spell to replace it, but just basically heading back in. Since I took the time and I had to walk. Let me see. This is a private. This is a private gathering, basically for us. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So probably Dorian didn't bother to change from the way that he changed at home, essentially. But it's a thing where it's like if he thinks he's going anywhere important, his clothes transform somehow, as though he were holding on to what the perfect image for a person of his station should be, and imposing that on his clothing. So he's going to be dressed kind of the way, in his sort of the way he tends to, which is kind of roughly like turn of the 20th century. And so it's like a jacket or possibly longer coat, sort of very, very nice, sort of elegant coat, and like a velvet vest with a kind of a wide sort of tie, and so, where he keeps, again, where he has the watch still around his neck and all that, but so no obvious weapons or anything, because he doesn't really need them. So he just but he's got like he's probably like got a little satchel or something so that he can bring the book in, and we'll sort of just kind of, so he will arrive and just fashionably late and step in. He looks immaculate, incredibly, supernaturally clean at this point.
Nice.
As he sort of steps through, he's like,
"Can I?
Hello." Yeah, go ahead.
Potentially, you like when you step through the door on the stair, you come into what would be the like foyer or entrance hall of the castle, and you are met by the Castellan there because you are late. And the Castellan's just like, ah, Master Dorian, we have been expecting you. This way, please. Uh, yeah. And this is Ladine's ally who
okay.
manages this area in her absence.
Cool.
His name is Stanley.
Yes, we sometimes play cards, Stanley and I. Every once in a while.
Yeah.
I really should consider getting an ally for whoever my poor bedraggled servant is that I.
Yeah, we need to work that one out. We'll figure that out. That's one of the things I like, though, is we can figure out a lot of this while we play.
It's fair.
Okay, now that you're all together, I need to. This is something I have not told you as a group, and also this will give me a chance to explain something to the viewers about the way this game works. So this is a diceless game, which means that in this particular case, every conflict comes down to comparing numbers. And if the numbers are equal or sometimes just really close together, other factors will come into play. And we can, once we start seeing some more conflicts, by the way, none of the conflicts that happened in that first scene were worth even comparing. Every single thing you were up against was of a level so much lower than you that it wasn't even worth looking into. Some of those guards might have been close, but they weren't close to the two of you. So, and yeah, Atropos, absolutely none of them could match your psyche, so that was not going to happen. So speaking of which, there are 4 stats. There are some powers too that we're going to go into once we start using those. Actually, we've seen some of them in use, but what we're going to do right now is I'm going to let you know what your ranks are. The reason that the ranks are important is because not so much necessarily that you are going to be in conflict with each other, though if you do, those are the numbers we compare. It's also because the 5 of you know each other, and you know each other well enough to know that, for example, Laudine is by far the strongest one of you. Scythe is I would call it distant second, but then we have Mervine, who is a significantly more distant third, and then we have Atropos and Dorian. So that is the order of strength.
I did get some training after all.
You did. You are well. Yeah. Well, but I mean, you are. If nothing else, you are in really good physical condition. So
I do walk. I do a
yes.
lot of hiking.
Which is why, and once we get to endurance, we're going to see that because your endurance is also quite good. Next we get to Psyche, and Psyche is pretty hilarious because 3 of you are tied for first place. So that is, and okay. The 3 of you know who you are, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's obviously Dorian, Mervine, and Atropos. With, let's see, Scythe technically second. And then Laudine still ranked at 5th. So the way this works is if you don't put points into something, and that is why on strength, Atropos is actually quite strong for a being, but everyone except for Dorian is ranked in it, which means they are literally on another level. They are. It's like an order of magnitude when you start putting points into things. So, for example, Atropos' strength is what we call Paragon, and I can go into the details of that. But what it really means is you are stronger than any
mortal.
Yeah, any normal mortal that you meet on any world. It is obviously possible for you to meet someone on another world that is quite strong. That's probably going to happen, but probably 95% of the beings you meet at Paragon, you are stronger than they are. Dorian, on the other hand, now here's the thing. Dorian is as strong as, say, an Olympic athlete. Not an Olympic weightlifter, but let's say an Olympic gymnast. Still quite strong. But a Paragon person like Atropos, if you guys were in a physical, say, wrestling match, you'd still there is no contest. Everyone put points in Psyche, which is why I point this out. So Laudine, despite the fact that Laudine is at a distant last place, your Psyche is still significantly stronger than anything anyone on a Gossamer world under normal circumstances could produce. And we can go into what each of these represents. Strength is pretty much what it sounds like. But the interesting thing with strength is it also covers unarmed combat. So if you're wrestling or even boxing, anything that's not a weapon, any sort of martial arts that is just hand to hand and not using a sword or even sticks or anything you're holding. So, Jeet Kune Do is still technically strength as far as this goes. Psyche handles anything mental, and Psyche and Endurance are usually they are literally always the powerhouses behind any of your actual powers. For example, Eidolon, Umbra, even Sorcery, all of them are going to be Psyche and Endurance. Psyche basically determines what you can do with it and how powerful you can make your thing. Whereas Endurance, on the other hand, just pretty much governs how long you can keep the thing up. So let's go ahead and do Endurance since I was talking about it. Let's see, we got 2 people tied first for Endurance, and that is Laudine and Atropos, with Scythe being not too far behind, and then Dorian and Mervine. But again, all of you have points in it, which means all of you have like literally superhuman endurance. Now, we're going to determine what some of these numbers mean. For example, Laudine as the strongest one, once we get to something where you are needing to do a feat of strength, like a real feat of strength, at that point we'll probably discuss what it is what do you think you can do? And that means you can do that, and everyone below you cannot do that. If you see what I mean.
Cool. Yeah.
Now there are, of course, beings. Some of them are lords and ladies of Gossamer and Shadow out there. Some of them are other just beings that have higher scores in any of these than some of you do. But we'll get to those. You'll probably meet some. Okay, then we get to warfare, and warfare is a combination of fighting with weapons and actual strategy and tactics. And so on that one, Laudine, unsurprisingly, is top of the list. I mean, that's kind of her thing. But Scythe is really close behind. And I love that fact that Scythe comes entirely from just being sneaky.
Yeah, I'm misusing all of my grand powers. Basically.
Absolutely, which I like too. And we'll get to that because that is a thing where if you find yourself outmatched, you can throw in other powers and other abilities to try to turn it, or you can try to turn the fight into something that you are good at. So let's see, that's the 2 of you. That's easily first and second. Atropos is also quite good at warfare, just behind the other 2, significantly behind the other 2, but still, you do not want to mess with Atropos if she's got a sword, and or any kind of weapon. This actually, it counts firearms too, really. Literally, if you call it a weapon, you are good at it with warfare. Then we get to Dorian and Mervine. So Dorian is actually, I mean, you could beat any Olympic fencer. You could beat let me think about this. You could out-strategize Napoleon. But anything like any of your friends except for Mervine, are definitely, you don't want to get in a fight with them. Mervine, on the other hand, yeah, what to say about Mervine and warfare?
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't. I'm going to say that my training was very difficult. It was always training on this thing, and I'd always drop the sword. That was wooden, of course, at the time, because
Although the thing is, with average warfare, I do need to point out, you're not hopeless. You know what to do. You are just not preternaturally good like everyone else you know. So it's not like, if you were fighting just like literally some average person, you'd have a shot at it.
Some training.
Yes. And then, see, we already did endurance. So that is where you are. Does everybody have an idea of the ranking? And if not, I can...
I'm the worst at warfare.
You are by far the worst at warfare. Okay, another thing I need to explain about the way this game works is, if you want extra points, you can sell your attributes down, which is something that 2 of you have done. And it does mean if you get into a conflict with either of those, it will not go well for you. So, which means, I'm not going to be a jerk about it. At some point, you're probably going to end up in a bad spot. So,
yeah.
So that's how that goes. So that's the ranking, and that's kind of where you are on these things. There are other powers and things that we'll get into later as we need to. But to go through that, so you all kind of know where you stand. And as we bring up some of the NPCs that are also can do the same things you can do, their ranks will fall into this as well. Some of them will be better than you, some of them will be worse. For example, Mervine, I know that you've currently got a sort of mentor among the Lords of Gossamer and Shadow. That is,
Yes.
His name is Lucian, and he is his psyche is extraordinarily good, and he is also the only person known currently to be above your level as far as being able to do things on the Grand Stair. Now you're not the only one at your level. You've got some other masters out there, but the masters are rare, and he has a level of knowledge even more.
Oh.
And I think that's where we are on that one. So now that you're all together, and if you want me to throw in any information, ask me. But otherwise, if you want to come up with what you were doing on Celix, by all means, make it up. But otherwise, I will be happy to throw in stuff if you need a boost.
Maybe we were investigating the connection to Tamsin.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's Umbra tainted somehow.
It is in fact that, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I will say, Tamsin. Go ahead.
And that dagger is sketchy, right? And it's like we've got the 7 sages, right? So that's like there are some signs that Tamsin was here when maybe that was not known. That might not have been a known thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering
And also
if...
the Duchess.
She's shady.
I wonder if Laudine was first interested in Tamsin because Scythe gave her the tip that her mystery person had once gone to Tamsin, and that's why the 2 of them were following up on Celix.
That makes sense. Yes.
All right. Well, let me throw in.
Perhaps it's actually very difficult to get to Tamsin, right?
I was just going to say.
Going through.
Yeah. Let me throw in a quick tidbit on that, and yeah, Trooper nailed it. Tamsin is a place that you have just recently heard about, but none of you have been to yet. And yes, it is difficult to get to.
I found out something. I thought I didn't even thought that I would. I found out something. Yeah, the tiger roses that we saw. You didn't get to see them, Dorian. Herbie. It's Herbie, and the pages like flip open until you see the page with the tiger rose, and there's like a dried tiger rose pressed into the page with still some writing that is not yet clear what it is yet. It's still working through its process of figuring it out. It's okay, Herbie. And so you can see the tiger rose. That, by the way, that plant is native. It's from Tamsin, and the Duchess said that the King of Tamsin himself gifted her those tiger roses, which means that the King of Tamsin himself was at the Duchess's estate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And he's clearly looking for approval at the point. He's like, I found something, right? And he's clearly looking for approval from the grown-ups in a certain way.
I did it.
They're all very old, but yeah, that's where he's at, yeah.
And that's the thing is that I think Dorian does sort of have an expression of like, but then you realize it's because he sees that you set out marmalade for him, and he's like, thank you.
You're welcome. I know that you like that strange sort of that sort of like a kumquat plus a tamarind sort of plant that we got on that one planet as a marmalade.
Yeah, quite. That's very good. Very good of you. Very good of you, chap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tiger roses, 3. Just 3 of them, though. Yes.
Very pensive with what Merdine is saying, and she turns to Scythe and would ask, Have you ever heard of Tamsin? Do you know anything about their king?
It is said that this new trading partner has emerged in several different worlds simultaneously. They are extremely mysterious. They deal in these wonders, and no one seems to know much about them. Ultimate shady. Shady level at least 89%. Just on its face.
Ah.
Oh, that is concerning.
You have an informant who got you that letter opener.
I may have a few correspondents, yes?
Oh, what is that?
Oh, this shady knife? It's, I mean, I'm not an expert at this, like, say, Atropos might be, but it looks like a sacrificial dagger of some sort to me, and I slide it towards Atropos.
There is almost like a slight hesitation before she touches it, and she'll pick it up. Is there anything resonating there? Or...
Oh yeah. First off,
great.
Okay, two things. The first thing you pick up on is that this is from a dying world. It's got the resonance. The second thing is that whoever crafted this knows this and is using that resonance to give the item some power.
And that is the ceremonial dagger of the 7 sages of Tamsin.
It is, in fact. Which I believe Dorian recognized. So.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But he promptly didn't tell anyone.
Nope.
No, he hasn't said anything yet about that, because it's like
I love it.
It hasn't occurred to him yet. It's like oh, you're trying to figure this out. I think maybe the penny drops, or actually, it's like he's just mostly like minimum effort, basically, is what's happening. And so it's like, looks at it and he says, oh yes, it would be. It's a ceremonial dagger, seven sages of the Tamsin. Yeah.
Is this one of those things where, like, I thought everyone knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. That was the vibe I was getting. I'm happy to hear that.
Turns to Dorian. Oh, you know what this thing is? Wait.
Yes. I thought you were joking about the art. You actually didn't know what that was.
No, I just stole it because it looked shady. I mean, umbral, shall we say,
it is.
But I really hope it's not radioactive, because I had it hidden in my dress all night.
I feel like that's the moment where Atropos just like drops the dagger. Like it very much like there was the eyes glazed over, and then just drops the dagger.
So when it falls to the table, it lands with just a thud. It doesn't move. It doesn't bounce. It just literally impacts the table and stays.
Oh, it's like the One Ring magnet.
Yeah, it's exactly. It looks, thank you. Perfect. It looks exactly like that. Just.
That's not creepy.
Right now, I am very glad this room is boarded.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I was reading about Tamsin recently.
Yeah.
Atropos, what did you sense?
And there's almost like you can tell, like, at this point, the scythe kind of begins to glow in a way, and she's feeling a pull, and so she's doing everything she can to stay right now. And so I think that she's just going to say, this is from somewhere that is dying, a place, Tamsin, I guess. And it is powered by that.
think that, well, either Tamsin itself is dying, or maybe these Tamsonites feed or something off of that.
Yes, is
That's not...
the existence of these things accelerating the death of the world?
Perhaps.
Can
I'm going
I
to take out the
scythe?
book, and I'm opening the book as this is going on. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna ask my scythe.
Oh, sure.
Whether, yeah. I'm gonna ask Kronos. What? Darling,
And
have
I'm
you
going to
heard of
just
that?
make a second cup of tea for Atropos to help ground her in this place. So
Seems
that
like
she
good
isn't pulled
timing. I
away.
like
Good
that.
idea.
So what is the question you're asking?
Just because this scythe is a holder of memory just as much as destruction,
Right.
whether or not, like, is not necessarily of, like, people feeding, I guess partially, are people feeding on the dying, or is this like an acceleration item?
Let me think
Or
about
both.
that. The scythe tells you. Okay, you sense that it is weighing the two options, and you and the scythe are very closely connected, so you know that the reason it's doing this is the answer is both, but it's trying to tell you which one it's doing more.
Ooh.
And it comes up with it is mostly feeding, but slightly accelerating. But its primary purpose is to feed on the waning energies of a world.
I will taking the next cup of tea, and like you can tell like there's like almost like a white knuckled
Nice.
expression on the handle. She will say it's both, but it's more so feeding and slightly accelerating. Kronos is rather intrigued as she just kind of like tilts her head, just takes a sip of the tea, takes a deep breath.
Oh.
Could I ask a question? And I figure perhaps, well, those of you more courtly than I would know perhaps the answer. When I asked the Duchess where this came from, she couldn't remember who had given it to her. She said it was a king, but she didn't remember of where, as if it were glamored away from her memory, perhaps. And she had to ask the Major Domo, and the Major Domo knew that it was the King of Tamsin, but then she remembered when she heard of it, but she didn't seem to know when I asked her. And I don't know if... but I imagine if she were lying, she wouldn't have found out for me. But she didn't remember that it was the King of Tamsin who had been here. So that seems significant. I thought
Great. Yeah, that is
Very-
super shady.
Yeah. A gift from a king, no matter what, would be memorable, especially to a duchess. And a visitor from afar, of respected nobility? Unlikely she would forget something like that.
I don't like it.
Unless she was made to. No, I don't like it either. And like you can see, when he says no, I don't like that. There's that kind of like the way that you like echo somebody who you're like, oh, you're so cool, right? Like kind of like. Yes.
Brian, am I finding anything pertinent in the codes in the book?
In the potion book?
Yeah.
Yes.
If there's a Tamsin connection, then there might be something that's like that they were trying to deal with or prevent or something. I don't know.
In fact, there is. Interestingly enough, it doesn't seem to be... The entirety of the book does not seem to be Tamsin related. However, from what you've heard and from some of the from what you've heard in this conversation, plus a great deal of the information that you just know, like you are steeped in the multiversal magical world. You are picking up on nothing says Tamsin. What several of them do say, though, is the best way to describe it might be necromancy, but not of people, of places.
Oh, right. Okay. So, and that's a thing that it's an alchemical process, or is it?
Yes. In fact, what you can do, just like this dagger was infused with the energy of dying worlds, there are certain tinctures that you can make from things that are fading.
And so Dorian's just basically going to point to the page that he's on. He's going to set the book down. And says, yes, that's how they do it. And what you're looking at is just basically a wine list, I think, or something.
Yeah. It's okay. No kidding. It's got like soil acidity, different varietals, the ways to splice certain grapes together to get different wines, different methods of aging them, what barrels you put them in. It literally looks, especially Scythe, probably to you, no kidding. It looks like particularly busy vintner wrote this.
Yeah. So he says, that's how they're doing it. Yeah.
Would you like a glass of wine?
I could murder a glass of wine. And funnily enough, that's rather the sort of the interesting idea here. I suppose, if you can, it's an interesting alchemical process, really, I suppose, if one is into that sort of thing. It's just simple. It's like playing sometimes with little building blocks, in some cases, just as the way some folks do it, doing rather a lot more work, I think, than they have to. But it's just if they want to turn a place into a husk of its former self, as it were, make it go on living in an undead way afterwards. Then
how would you want to do that?
All that just for the sake of getting a good drink?
Never underestimate the value of a good drink. But it's in the code. I'm sorry. I should probably have explained that.
Yes.
There's
they have some lovely vintages around here if you want a good drink. Refills, glass.
Yes, I would rather drink this than the end of some world.
Refill sides glass as well across the table.
Thank you.
Does anyone know the name of the King of Tamsin? It's not in my mind.
None of you have heard of a King of Tamsin named.
I haven't heard, and I hear everything.
Yeah, there we go.
Which tells us the magnitude of this that Scythe doesn't know.
Yeah. And the other thing to point out is all of you travel in really different circles, and none of you has heard about this. And in fact, Tamsin itself is a name that you've only recently been hearing.
I actually had a thing to follow up on. Scythe was mentioning that the name Tamsin was fairly recent and that they had been trading more, or that they had acquired trading partners. Talking to Scythe about that, do I hear anything that might trigger this sounds like another trading partner that I've investigated that was also shady and bad things happened?
Oh. Yes, there are definitely some resonances there. You wouldn't have. Might be the first moment you've been able to connect the word Tamsin to it, but now that you're getting kind of it's kind of what everyone's been saying. Yeah, it's definitely sounding like this is something that you've been hearing about from your investigations. Yeah.
Okay. So Ladine would tell the table at large, you know, many, many years ago, I stumbled across a group like these shady trading partners, called themselves the Brethren, and well, they were trading in worlds.
What?
Oh,
Yes.
Hmm.
It to a legendary evil. I would not dare to give it a name, even here. But
you don't mean.
mm,
Oh,
Ladine just doesn't say
Possibly?
it, but like everyone can figure it out from what she's not saying.
she's definitely
you can-
not saying Dwimmer Lake. Is that what we're
Very,
getting?
very clearly,
Yeah.
yes.
Gotcha.
And you can tell that Murthine hasn't picked it up yet because he has been like, he's like, you've distracted him, and he's now like, and like he's taking it a bit too literally because it took me a while to be like, oh, this wasn't actually about wine, and he's like, wait, all right, trading partners, and you can see he's going through all of these things, and like, but he's having a little bit of an ADHD spiral where he's trying to like figure out like, but like it's really obvious what you're all are talking about, but he doesn't get it yet because he's sort of like went on a different sort of rabbit hole.
It's rather burden
Rhymes
carrying
with
the entire world
swimmer
around,
fake.
What?
And I think you guys have all heard of like Ladine's like big fight with the Brethren from long time ago. But yeah, she's like, bad things could be happening here.
If you could give me about a day and a half or so, I might be able to go and finish studying the tiger roses, and perhaps I might be able to find out some more information for you. It does take a bit of time, though.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Anything we have to connect to this world.
Yes, it just takes a bit of time to study them. Herbie? Yes, you can't read it yet, but I have to study it through to decipher it. It's all right. Go ahead. Thank you. So I just need a bit of maybe a day and a half or so to study them. If that's all right.
It could be very useful to find out more about Tamsin, and if we can learn that from these roses, it could be helpful.
Do we know of the Major Domo?
Oh, that's an idea.
Good question. I don't think I ever saw him except in passing when he was removing himself from the scene when you guys were coming up.
I will note that the major domo didn't even come themselves to give the information. It was a servant who spoke to the major domo. Servant
so
went
that
out.
was just some guy?
Yes, that wasn't even the major domo. So I don't even know who the major domo is.
Yeah, you weren't given a name. The Duchess simply said that major domo. She did give the major domo the pronoun she, but other than that, you don't have anything.
Oh, yeah.
And then just to for my memory, so who said, "Oh, you got it from the king"? Who said that? Was that
the
servant?
Duchess said she got it from the king, but she didn't remember which king it was, and so but she said the major domo would know. So she sent the servant off to find out exactly which king it was.
Okay,
And
okay.
and the major domo came back was like it was the king of Tamsin.
Okay, because I was very much thinking, at least where Atropo's brain is going, is if you have a memory spell on someone and they can't get the answer.
Yep.
That makes sense.
But their major domo might, right? The person who would have like the records would, right? So there's it was clearly something weird there.
Yeah, it was odd. Yeah.
Yeah. And in that kind of structure, the Duchess is not doing any of the admin work herself.
Yeah.
It's like the major domo is the guy shuffling all the papers, so he would have the records.
Yeah. Yes. Well, if you wouldn't, I can sit and study right here if you want, or I could go back to I have quarters here. It's just take me a bit of a snap.
And Ladine just like
Do I have
turns to
permission
him
to
very,
leave?
No, please stay. We're not quite done here, but as soon as we are, please, you're welcome to study as long as you like.
Yeah. Of course.
If you like, I can also, I suppose, take a look at that. Take a look at that dagger for a moment. Should I you all right? Should I stand a bit away when I do this? He's directing that toward Atropos because of what I'm about to use to study it, which is in direct opposition. I don't want it to suddenly force you out of this plane.
Yeah, I think that she'll just kind of like stand up and go towards the side. And I think at this point she's probably very much struggling with staying there anyway.
Sure.
I'll go stand next to Atropos in hopes that my umbral tendencies will ground her here a bit more.
Oh, that's interesting, and I like that idea. Yeah, that'll probably work.
Okay.
Somewhat paradoxically.
I can go into the next room if that'll be easier.
No, we want to watch.
Also,
right.
I have a feeling that the two of you have a pretty good sense of what the range is, and you can put yourselves outside it. So yeah.
Also, Dorian might have to go into the next room to cast because this room is warded, so it might not work if you try it in here.
I'm not casting a spell.
You're not casting a spell.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Nah, this will probably work. Also, if I recall correctly, didn't Dorian make the wards?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Have you given yourself the exception?
Yeah.
You have the...
Oh, I always give myself an exception.
You wrote in the Dorian backdoor. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. With everything.
Host, what is Umbra, and also these things, since our audience may not know.
Okay, so briefly as possible. First off, I can shorthand it for you for anyone that is familiar with the Amber setting. It's not a one-to-one comparison. However, Eidolon is heavily inspired by Pattern, and Umbra is heavily inspired by Logris. There are differences in the ways that this setting uses those things and that setting uses those things. So I will go through those very quickly. But at its core, Eidolon is the ultimate expression of order, and Umbra is the ultimate expression of chaos. And everything that exists is some combination, some ratio of those two things. It is extremely rare to find anything that is purely order or purely chaos, because those things have trouble existing. Because nothing but order is stasis and cannot maintain, and ultimate chaos is what it sounds like. It can't hold together. Things fall apart. So that's where we are in those. I can go into more detail, but what it boils down to is people that are proficient in Eidolon or Umbra. We have one person that is proficient in Eidolon and two people that are proficient in Umbra. And what that means is they are able to, under almost all circumstances, manipulate the very building blocks of reality. These things work a lot. These things work really, really well in Gossamer worlds. Some Gossamer worlds are much more Eidolon focused, some are extremely Umbra focused, and some are kind of in the middle. For example, 21st Century Earth is pretty much right in the middle. It's got a roughly even mix of both. So that gives you an idea of the kind of world we're talking about that is balanced or roughly balanced. Then you've got things on other opposite ends of the spectrum. So sometimes if you are in a place where Eidolon rules and you're an Umbra master, you got a lot of trouble using it, and vice versa. So this brings up an excellent question, and I could look it up, but Noctua, I have forgotten the answer. What are the resonances of your domain as far as Eidolon and Umbra?
So Albion is fairly neutral.
Okay.
Narratively, it might have a tiny Eidolon lean just because Laudine is like that. But
she seems kind of an order person, yeah. Okay.
Yes, but magically or mechanically, it's neutral.
Okay, so Dorian, you shouldn't have any trouble.
Cool,
Interestingly
cool.
enough, Atropos and Scythe, similarly, not much trouble if you want to start screwing with stuff. But just
We won't.
FYI. Yeah.
We're past that now.
or at least not here. That would be rude.
Again, you're guests, and you don't want to make a mess where you're going to stay.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Oh. It's one of those things.
Yeah, what are you doing there,
It
Dorian?
is the strangest thing. He'll like grab like a cloth. He's not going to touch it with his hands. But he'll grab like a cloth or something or a handkerchief, and he probably has a pocket handkerchief or things like those. Because he's wearing slightly more modern clothing than this setting, than this than this place thinks of. So he just carefully will pick up the dagger. He heads over to the opposite side of the room with a table, and we'll set the dagger on the table. And he will bring up in his mind the Eidolon.
Okay.
Those of you who have known Dorian for a while you're friends with your friends, so but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how much he's confided in you about how the Eidolon happened to him, essentially how he ended up. Because the thing is, you just wouldn't think that someone like Dorian would have the discipline, to be able to hold the Eidolon in his head, but somehow he does. And so I suspect if there's any of you who he feels particularly close to, he might have told you the story. But where it was just because it wasn't entirely his choice, essentially. And so he's very unusual for an Eidolon master. He kind of uses it in a more sort of tricksterish, defiant way than.
Which explains why you and Scythe get along.
Yeah. He kind of is. It's like he found he's looking at the edges of the rules and using those, that kind of thing. What is it? The things that are technically correct, but
nice. That's the best kind of correct.
Exactly. So basically, we'll take this thing, and so as he's bringing it, I don't know that you probably would only see something if you're if you know what to look for. And that is this kind of very this very ordered thing that he's bringing up in his mind. This ordered. I'm trying not to use the word pattern.
I know. Well, you can use lowercase p pattern. That's
an
fine.
Ordered lowercase p pattern.
Yes.
That comes to mind as he is trying to use it to perceive things about this dagger. Essentially, that might, because he knows they've had a chance to look at it sort of from the Umbral perspective, so he just wants to see if there's any more information to be gleaned about what is this thing, why doesn't it belong, what's wrong with this thing, basically, I guess.
Sure.
What is what is the deal with this thing?
Right.
What river does it belong to, actually, perhaps is the most important thing. And
you're trying to...
What line of reality?
Interesting.
Is this a part of?
But just to make sure I understand, there is no obvious external manifestation of the Umbra, of the Eidolon, from you. It's entirely internal.
Not when he's just like scanning the thing.
That's what I thought. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Which means the only two people that can definitely tell what's going on are Atropos and Scythe.
I try to take an involuntary step back. I try to make it look cool, but it doesn't.
I think it's cool because,
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I feel like Laudine gets like a shiver down her spine and has no idea why.
Right.
That's good.
Somehow that side of the room has become slightly more symmetrical now. We're not sure
actually,
how.
Yeah. Things are strengthened more. The little imperfections in the mortar are not gone, but they are no longer surrounding true flaws. Just everything has gotten strong around them.
Nice.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is you end up in a bit of a battle of wills with the knife. You win, but it's not easy. You have to expend some effort to get past its I wouldn't call it defenses, to get past its resistance to your ability to look into it. It is slippery, and it is fighting revealing anything about itself.
Ah, well, in that case, I'm probably gonna. You probably hear him utter a. You probably, because again, he prefers things to be easy. So let's see. Do I have? Yeah, I'm trying to think if any of my cantrips are useful here. And I got reveal maybe, but that's only if there's something magically being concealed here.
Okay.
And so probably none of the spells that I have currently racked in in the pendant. I'd have to actually like reach directly into the Eidolon and cast from that. One of the other spells.
You're not certain it's even going to come to that.
Yeah, it's probably fine. But
you feel like raw power is going to do it. It just takes longer than you thought.
Yeah. So it just basically is going to stand there for a minute, and he's like,
You're the experience is not unlike breaking a horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think basically the only way for Dorian to get through this is for him to turn it into a game. In his head.
Good one.
So he just basically is like, so for a second, you see this sort of wry grin happening as he's just standing there for like 10 minutes or whatever and staring at this knife. And he's like, and he'll just sort of, at some point, like halfway through, he'll glance up. It's playing hard to get. And he'll look down and look back down at it and, I got you. And you'll see him use his hands to kind of do some sort of framing around it, and like maybe suddenly the table stops wobbling, that kind of thing as he's
I guess it does, yeah.
And as he's sort of focusing a little more than you normally see him focus.
Yeah, probably.
For that moment, he seems like he's sober.
Yeah, briefly.
So yes, time passes.
Do you know how hard it is to stay drunk when you're an Eidolon master? Can I just say that? Sorry, go ahead.
You work real hard, actually. Yeah.
You have to be the perfect drunk. That's the problem.
Your mind keeps resetting itself.
Yeah.
So what are the rest of you doing? Because this is taking several minutes. What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I think I'm just like watching, like completely uncool of manner and
just
for a
staring.
Moment,
okay.
Slightly unguarded, just kind of watching in vague horror, but it's
Gotcha.
Also, it's the hardest I've ever seen Dorian work, so it's kind of got its novelty factor as well.
Okay.
Atropro's fighting every urge to not knock something off a shelf.
Oh yes.
Just want to. Nope, not gonna do it.
Like a cat.
Just like absolutely.
Like making eye contact the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Merthine is looking at the bow of tree that was sort of built up over the arc, the arch, and the thing is, Merthine is like this sort of like, as druid should be true neutral, right? Is this sort of like mix of both Eidolon and Umbra, and the bow itself is that mix as well. That it is like there's like an order to the way that it was sort of grown across the hearth, right, across the threshold, but it also grows wild, right? So it's this mix.
Yes.
And he's just seeing
I love that.
the ways in which this tree in a bow itself with like these sort of vines becomes more ordered and more like Celtic knot, like the vines
more
like Celtic knots than they were
Mm-hmm.
before. Because I imagine that this tree branch with vines is in some ways like a weather vane for Eidolon and Umbra, that you can tell what is having more influence based on whether or not it seems like it's growing more wild.
I like that a lot.
Or whether it's more intertwined, right? And I think
I
he's just
love that.
watching and and
Yeah,
noting
that's
how
cool.
it changes its character.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For Laudine's realm, especially, I think that works.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it like it
Laudine-
looks pretty, but like it also just tells you something about what's
Right.
happening in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And Laudine herself is not magical.
Mhm.
But as Dorian is doing this again, she has that like shiver up her spine, and it's like all the hair on her arm is going to stand on end for a moment.
Sure.
Like she can tell something's happening,
Yeah.
Nice.
and it resonates with her just a little bit. But
Yeah.
she's not magical.
Right.
She doesn't get anything else beyond that.
Yeah, I like that. She has sensitivity to this kind of thing, but not, but doesn't no ability to use it. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So after a bit of a struggle, all right. Tell me again specifically what you're looking for.
Sorry, yes, I know I was a little vague because I'm still trying to figure everything out in my head how all this works.
Yeah.
Basically, it's so initially I'm perceiving the Eidolon, right? And
Yes.
basically how and so how things connect to other things. And I'm trying to see what this dagger connects to. Is this what it is, and so part of that information will be, is this what it is supposed to be? And then also what line of reality, if any lines of reality trace off of it toward something else, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
And,
Did
are there
any
spells,
of you...
are there other powers on it, that kind of thing,
So, yeah, you said before, Dorian does not make icons, right?
No, he knows somebody, but
Did any of you take writing?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Not a problem. Just checking. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I considered it, but I did not have the points.
You didn't have the point. Yeah, even with 120, you gotta govern those things. All right. So let me think about the first thing that you pick up. Well, first thing that you pick up didn't require what you're doing. It's clearly an umbral item, meaning that it was forged by someone with knowledge of the Umbra. It doesn't necessarily mean it was an Umbra master, because there are people that can access it without having full. There are people that can access it without being at the level of your two friends there. But it's entirely possible it was someone with that level of mastery. It was someone with access, not just that the Umbra had infused it, because the Umbra infuses all kinds of things. This was intentional. This was something that intentionally accessed the Umbra during the forging process. Secondly, as a sorcerer, you can tell that multiple layers of spells have been woven into the fabric of this thing. Not just cast upon it, but integrated into it, which is, you could do that. That is definitely a thing you could do. But it takes so much more time and so much more effort to weave it into a thing rather than just cast it on a thing. It also means that it is much, much more difficult to dispel those things. So the some of them you recognize immediately. Some of them are preservation spells. Some of them are spells that keep it from ever needing to be sharpened. It will never get dull. There are other things, but then you spot two really powerful spells that you don't know what they are. You feel like if you dug into it, you'd have a shot at unraveling them, but off the top of your head, they aren't even spells you've seen before. Then the other ones that you do recognize, though, there are two of them that are very clearly location spells. One of them is tying it to a place, and another one is... Okay, let me rephrase that. One of them anchors it to a place, while another one connects it to a second place.
Interesting. I mean, not a bad trait for a sacrificial magic dagger.
I have
taking something and bringing it somewhere else energy-wise.
Yeah.
I have a spell I'd like to cast, if I may.
Okay, let me hear it.
Because, and let me know. By the way, let me know if I'm cheesing this too much.
Fair enough.
There's I am mad with power. So one of the spells that I created recently, is I'm calling it Transcribe.
Okay.
And what it does is that it makes a record of a thing. It doesn't copy it exactly. It doesn't make it doesn't clone things.
Okay.
But what it does is it records a copy of something I can see or hear, something I can perceive. And so what that would mean is that it makes a thing with... so it would not, for example, I can't make a copy of this dagger with that spell. I cannot make a copy of the spells on this dagger with that spell. But I can have it write the spells down for me that I'm seeing, so that I can analyze them separately and not have to have that thing in front of me.
The complexity of the spells is so great that before you cast it, this is going to take not a day, but it's going to take, maybe an hour to do the full transcription.
Okay.
May I offer something?
Yes.
That is partly how this mystical book that I have works. It does something similar. It does create a physical copy, but it transcribes all this information about it. And it is a mystical artifact that existed before Myrthine had it. And one of the reasons why you had been interested in Myrthine and hanging out with him way back in the beginning was to maybe get some ideas about this artifact that is really hard. Like, unless you know its true name, you can't use it, right? But if you're hanging out, maybe you can maybe you're able to pick up some things mystically from this thing to help with this spell.
Well, yeah, and it's probably where I got the idea for the spell.
Cool. Okay.
Honestly,
that makes sense.
It's totally one of those things. And so, there was a time when I asked you questions about the book and all of that, and that was me sort of. And it's one of those things where it's Dorian wasn't trying to deceive you necessarily about it or anything. He was, but his intention was to basically, as he was figuring out, it's like, that's cool. I should try to figure that out sometime. Basically, how to do this. So actually, yes. Before he casts this, I don't know if you've seen him use this spell before.
I haven't.
But he will look up at you before he casts it, and he says, "Well, there are a couple of very complicated, rather complex spells on this. It's fascinating.
Oh.
I shall have to." And he points to Merton. "Would you like to see something? I have been practicing this, so perhaps this might be of interest to you." As just was looking over things I say, looking over your looking over your friend Herbie a bit, and
Herbie?
Yes, it was rather quite. It was rather inspiring, and so this is the end result. If you'd like to see it, it's going to take a bit, but. And he will be, and it's in the amulet, so he actually doesn't even need to do anything.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't need to actually say the linchpins. It just does it. But he'll hold it. He pulls out this watch amulet that he opens up, holds it over the knife, and basically has made room on the table for another thing to appear. That'll probably be... He's probably most comfortable with, given his technology level, he's probably most comfortable with things that look like chapbooks, basically. Or so it's like, it's a book, but not the kind of book you could create usually in this world. This is like a of the early 1900s book. Basically,
it'll require a printing press.
Press. Yeah.
And so it's going to start appearing, and it's going to as it's in there. So basically, this book, sort of right now, it's transparent, but it's opening up, and like things are appearing on its pages, and when he casts the spell, which, it's like with the linchpins, it's not going to take him an hour to cast the spell, but it's going to take an hour, I assume, for the thing to happen. Do I have to be standing here concentrating, or can I just let it do it?
No, you don't. This is fire and forget.
Excellent.
Especially now that the book is beginning to exist and it's coming from the amulet. You're good.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
This is going to take a little time, but you see, I've been I was inspired by your work. You see.
Oh, well, not mine, really. Herbie's the one who did it.
Of course.
I'm assuming you've dropped the idol on now. Yes.
Oh yeah. Now that I've gleaned all the information, I think that
all right.
that I need, unless there are like lines of force coming to it from another place I need to perceive or anything like that. Then
I mean, you did perceive them, but I mean, you don't have to. It's
yeah.
You've already found out what you can about that.
Yeah.
So
being done with it, I'm just like,
okay,
yeah,
that's fine then. All right.
You see Ladine shiver when you're done.
Yes. But yeah, just for the sake of our Umbra Masters, I wanted to make sure everyone knew when it was gone.
Yes.
Yeah. So it wasn't not that much that was too unusual, but there's some spells on it, a couple of very complex spells that it has sort of other attached to it, and he says he's heading back over to pour the wine again, and he says it's rather a lot. I think that was mostly what I learned is just about the layers of the spells. I don't think there was any.
Yeah. You've got there were the two spells that you can't identify, and then
the standard preservations and all that.
A bunch of minor spells, and then the 2 location spells that you did identify, but you don't know where they go yet.
Okay.
And that sounds bad.
Things going off to a place, and I shall hopefully have time to. Hopefully, we shall have time to study them after it. That's done.
Wait, what do you mean going off?
Self-writing book.
What do you mean going off to a place? What do you mean?
Don't know exactly. Don't quite know yet. Actually, it's somewhere. Not sure where yet.
Well, wait a minute. Atropos, you said that this sort of feeds. You said yes. And this is a sacrificial dagger, yes?
Yes.
Says to me that I imagine it might be like if you stabbed something, it might take this energy away, but then send it somewhere else, which means there might be someone gathering some large amounts of energy somewhere. The energy of a world, the essence of life, even. That's not good. Just a side note. I don't think.
Ladine is very concerned that this is here now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, good point.
Like, should I have a dragon eat this? Is it bad?
I think that Atropos will say, I can try something, but seeing Ladine's hesitation in that point, I can take it home. There's not much it can feed on.
That's not a bad idea for neutralizing it. It makes me wonder, are they trying to prolong the life of their world by sucking energy from other worlds, from items in other worlds?
Oh.
Or are they just being generically horrible?
And by the way, Merdine just sort of like pats Atropos like wrist, like this area, as like a comforting gesture. Like it's a really small little gesture, but he just like a bit of a there, but like it's just like this, but like because like he knows what that meant.
Sure.
When she said that, and he just kind of like reaches out and gives like a little, he's much older, but when kids just kind of like come in and give that little bit of like of a, like,
yep,
you don't
kid
seem
pat.
happy. Let me give you, a little kid pat, like it's like a little kid pat that you get, right? Yeah.
Atropos will say, I can try to. It is Umbra based, yes. Looking at Dorian.
Oh, absolutely.
I could try and figure out the tether. Potentially.
That might
I'd
help us
be afraid to do
find
it
our
here.
way there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We should probably investigate. I mean, it sounds disturbingly like a contagion. You know what I mean? Like something not limited to the world we just left.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Yes.
agree. And things have been ramping lately, but that kind of just happens. It ebbs and flows. But
This is a sacrificial dagger. What were they using it to sacrifice?
You know, I'll be honest. I just went into this room and saw a cool dagger in a really awesome case and thought, that really wants to be liberated by me specifically. So I wish I could be more specific, but I think going with Atropos' plan might be the best bet.
Yes.
Atropos, you said that you were going to be summoned here. That was part of the plan for something or other. I don't really quite remember. There was a lot of details. It seemed like quite complicated strategy. I didn't really quite get it all. But who summoned you? It wasn't the Duchess. I was with her all night. Well,
I have some fans. It's
Was it the Major Domo?
No,
It was not.
I don't think so.
You are certain it was not.
They weren't sacrificing anyone to Atropos, because obviously I'd stolen the knife by that point.
That's a good point. Yeah. This wasn't a sacrifice. This was a summoning.
Yeah, Laudine's question is,
and more to the
still
point.
stands, yeah.
You have a point, though. Some summonings are fueled by sacrifice, but that's not what this was. You're good question. Yeah.
What did they want you for?
Oh, they wanted me to murder someone.
But you don't do that.
No. I gave them a potion that makes them think it will. So.
Oh, that's good.
Who did they want?
That's really clever. I'll have to remember that one.
A nephew. It was. Remind me again. Was it a Lord?
It was the
nephew?
Duke's nephew. Yeah.
The Duke's nephew.
In fact, the ball was in honor of the Duke's nephew.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who know.
Oh, that guy?
You met him. You probably danced with him.
I wasn't a bad dancer.
This explains the ball gown.
Oh, right. That was before the creative part of the evening.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. So, somebody wants to murder the Duchess's nephew.
Yes.
Should we tell her?
Well, I mean, as soon as they use the potion, they'll be found out rather quickly. So.
I do.
Now that's really good.
Yes.
It is quite clever.
I like that. Yes.
Extra points for subtlety.
I don't want people thinking that they can just summon me at will. So it was more of a let's see what they can give me, and I got this. And I'll pull out the necklace.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, pretty.
So literally everyone in the room recognizes you definitely focus on the dark indigo stone in the middle first. Then you might be able to pay attention to the rest of it. I'm assuming everyone heard me describe it earlier. So,
yes.
But the important thing is the indigo stone in the center that is so dark it's nearly black, and it is not cut. It is it's not even polished. It is like I said, it's about the size of a quarter, but it's a lozenge shape. But it seems to be it has been cut into that shape, but it hasn't been polished or smoothed.
Okay.
And yeah, this thing is capital P power. This is something that I don't know. This is something none of you have seen before.
Oh wait, you were talking about the That's when Murthy picks up what you were saying like a half hour ago. Right. Yes.
Oh,
yes. Right.
Yeah, they gave it to me rather easily. I'm kind of shocked.
Maybe they didn't know what it was.
They were
I
also
don't know
really
what
scared
it
of you.
is. Kind of,
So-
you are death, the destroyer of worlds, you know. So it's
Yeah, it's a minor thing. It's just a few titles.
Look, you
It's,
got
Oh,
the
that.
robe and the scythe, and
The lace veil. I
right.
particularly like the lace veil. Very goth.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, question for the
Oh,
GM here.
yeah.
This capital P power, is this like an Eidolon or an Umbra or a something that nobody recognizes?
Yeah,
Like,
it's neither.
Oh, what?
oh,
But
Oh,
you feel like it's on the same level.
yikes.
Especially the three of you that actually do truck in those things. But it's not just the three of you. The two of you that don't also recognize it as.
Okay, well, that's not good. I mean, whatever it is, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that's not good.
you see Ladine's jaw drop a little bit because if Scythe is saying that's not good, yeah, that's not good.
Fair.
Yeah, I thought my thing was cool, but her thing is like way cooler and not gooder.
look, it's very. I think it'll be very interesting. She's kind of like dangling it around. Keep in mind, my character has 10 bad stuff.
Oh, yes.
So she is not taking this as seriously as she should.
Why do you think you ended up with the amulet?
So,
No.
I need to consult Herbie. This is getting out of hand. I will be right back.
Perhaps
I would like to ask our host a question.
Yes.
So, I have the power of invocation, which
Yes.
is a big power, and I would like to know if I could use it in a slightly different way than written. That
Okay.
is less powerful, but so you can learn the true name of a person, right?
Right.
Then you can learn all of. Yep, it takes you about a day to learn the true
Yeah.
name of a person who's a normal person, and then like a half a day to understand it.
Sure.
And then you
Yes.
know about that person, and then you can control them. And some of them and you know all about them. You can know all the stuff about them. But I'm wondering if I can use invocation not to know the true name of a person, but of a species of plant. Right?
Interesting.
That rather than like, I know all this about this one plant, I can some of that one plant, but I can know
Yes.
everything about dandelions, right? I can know like
Yes.
the essence of dandelions.
The answer is yes. Actually, it's the most annoying answer. It's the most GM answer possible. The answer is also it depends. But the thing is that Mervine knows why it depends. It depends on the nature of the plant, because some plants, some individual plants, like the
Right, or
ants guarding
individuals.
your place, they
Yes.
have their own true names.
Yes.
However, if it's a simple plant, for example, dandelion, then yeah, all of them have the same. Okay, it's if you're
A
familiar
genus
with
name.
yeah, if you're familiar with Hekau, it's the same thing. It's the a class of things can have a single true name. So the answer is yes, if it's a simple enough plant, and the vast majority of plants are simple enough for this. Good thing
Yeah,
you're a plant
and-
guy.
Right, and I imagine like so like I would like to basically use my because the Herbie went and Herbie, yes, went and he transcribed the information, but it takes you like a day to sort of like learn it and understand it. So I was wondering if I could then study to basically know the genus, the true genus name of the tiger roses, and then understand
Absolutely.
it. So I can learn more about it.
Right, so you're doing a deep dive on the tiger rose, beyond what Herbie would normally tell you. No problem.
I imagine that like you have to study it to know it in that big deep way.
Yeah, and in fact, that's a good point. Herbie's definitely your starting point, and then you're like, oh, okay, now that I've got that, and then you really dig in. Okay, no problem.
You can find out that if their cute calls are really the screams of a dying world.
For example, right?
Oh,
like
man.
there might be some things that we might be learning about like their cute calls,
Oh,
right?
man. I don't want that to be true.
But I think if I could, what I would like to be true is that they do have these cute calls, but they can be used as ways to spy on people.
Ooh, they might be. Okay.
Right, you know how
no
like
problem.
there's that what do you call it, the that phrase like, you're gonna sing like a canary, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so maybe one of the reasons why this king of Tamsin gave
Yep.
these flowers here is so that if he wanted to, and when they sang at Vespers, he could hear their song and basically pick up
Yep.
things that had happened.
That's good.
God, it's
That's
like a
really good.
Jabberjay potentially. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. So and I think that if I can spend that time studying, I don't know if it takes less time to study a genus true name than like a person's true name.
It's going to be about the same
understand
amount,
it.
actually. Yeah.
That I would be able to learn that I would be able to learn like maybe like where it's from. I could learn these things about it, but then also that the songs also can carry information of what it has
Absolutely.
what it has
Okay.
seen.
Yeah. So we are getting close to time to wrap up. So we've got a bunch of questions outstanding, which I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I may answer them on Discord, so you'll have the answers when we start next week.
Great.
But so right now, let me make sure that I know what it is I'm answering. I'm going to start with Dorian. So Dorian, you have asked about, actually you've got two different things. The first thing is you don't even know what those two spells are, and you want to know, you're digging into that. And then you also, if I recall correctly, are trying to figure out the location side of things.
Yeah.
But we've also got Atropo looking into actually sort of the same thing. You're also looking into the location side of it, but what else are you trying to determine?
I'm trying to see whether this thing is active.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Like, is it one of those things, like, if it just is in a location, does it feed? Does it need to be used in action? And then is it like a beacon? Those are
Okay.
the main things she's trying to figure out.
All right. So is it active? And if not, what activates it? Got it. Very good. Okay. No problem. Let's see. And then, right.
I just want to drop the cliffhanger. Oh, actually, these things can be used to spy on people. If you understand the sound, then you could pick up on it. That's probably why the king gave it to the Duchess. That means that he might actually even know that we were there. I mean, I just put my face all up in it.
I just raise my wine goblet to the device, to it, and hello.
Yes. So right. So Merdine, I'm getting back to you with the information on the tiger roses. Is there anything that Laudine and or Scythe are trying to find out that I can get back to you with before we play?
You know, honestly, I would like to. I've been picking up a lot of passive information
Sure.
about this place. I'm going to sort of re-access my spy network.
Sure.
With some very pointed questions about this Tamsin and its royal family, or also about dumb old Selix that we were just at, and their royal family, and why they're being targeted. Maybe I could figure something out from that angle.
Yeah, same question, actually. Laudine was considering talking to the Duchess, or like asking the Duchess more about, there were folks from Tamsin here, like what happened, why was there a big celebration? Also, the nephew, people want him dead because
why?
Question mark?
Yeah. So kind of off screen, Laudine would love to grab a few more details about Selix, its importance, and its relationship to Tamsin.
Okay, not a problem. I will get on that between now and next time.
If Laudine is going to go back to Selix, I would want to go with her, so I could just actually ask because I have a copy of the Tiger Rose, but it's not the same content.
It's like not the rose, right? Yeah.
It's not the rose, right? So I'd want to go back to those roses if Laudine's going. Tag along and just ask them. I would like to ask them some questions about their journey, because
I suspect you
can
would
talk to plants.
Oh, yes, you can.
I can talk to them.
Yeah, hold on. Let me make a note of that so I remember you're asking the plants directly. So yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I just want to ask the plants right here, like tell me about your journey. Where'd you come from? Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
So then we can compare answers and be like, what did the Duchess say about the plants, and what did the plants say about themselves? And be like, what's different?
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Good.
Alrighty. Hang on. Yes.
I also think it'd be really fun to meet the
sorry.
nephew and figure out why people want him dead.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
we'll do some of that off screen. If we feel like it needs to be a scene, we'll just move that to a scene on the next game,
Yeah.
and we'll do that.
I met the
Okay.
nephew. He made absolutely no impression on me.
Absolutely not. You you only just now realized, oh, I danced with that guy. He had
Oh,
a
that
nice
one.
suit, I guess.
Like,
Do-
Ladine is court trained. She might
Yeah.
know something
Right.
different.
That's a fair point. Okay.
Do we
But I
like
will
the
note,
nephew? Is the
summoning
nephew
the-
interesting?
Nobody
Yeah.
knows yet.
We'll have to find out.
I will say, point of order, I didn't even meet the nephew because I spent the entire time, I'm invited to a party, and I spent the entire time in the garden.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Like the entire time. But I will just note, a cult summoned the bringer of death
Yep.
to kill, who they were afraid of, to kill this nephew at the moment of this party. That
Mhm.
feels big. That feels like you don't just do that willy-nilly.
They didn't hire some assassin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
They summoned the Morrigan. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
So
I
what's
just
so
love
important
how
about this
nonchalant
guy?
Atropos is about this because she's just like, yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Normal.
See, normally you get summoned to murder a world. They summoned you to murder one
Mhm.
guy.
Mhm.
Bit of overkill.
Overkill.
One
Like,
guy.
dang, that's easy.
There was
So-
a sorry. One other thing I just wanted to add to my list
Okay.
is to consult. I have a contact who knows magical things.
Yes.
And it might behoove me to contact them to see if they know anything about, like, do you know anything about this big honking topaz that seems to be another power
Mhm.
source? That seems important.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you
If
know,
they
if
recognize the weird indigo stone.
Mhm.
secondarily, I guess if I want to ask them about anything particular about the occult rituals that we've been seeing that are
Sure, yeah, because I
important,
mean, you
but
got to
yeah.
A, you have a good memory. B, you know your way around magic. So, you have a particularly clear memory of that ritual. Maybe not as clear as Atropos, but still quite clear.
Oh yeah. Atropos was there.
Ground zero, as it were.
Yeah.
All right. So unless anyone has anything else, I think this is a good time to wrap up, and we six will meet again in a week, right? Am I
Yay.
remembering that right? Okay. It is
Mhm.
next Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so exciting.
All right. Well, yeah. I guess Jim, take us out.
Yay! Well, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I'm very much looking forward to continuing this. We're going to go ahead and go around and do our outros. Feel free to tell folks where they can find you, plug whatever you like, and give any final thoughts you had about this session or favorite moments or what have you. We're going to be going once again in reverse order from our introductions, and so we are starting with our GM, Brian.
Hello. Once again, I'm Brian. I am Vaclam on all the things. Fewer things these days because so many platforms are crashing and burning and in front of our eyes. But I'm still on Blue Sky, so you can find me there. And I also we're on a bit of a hiatus, but you can still find our last season's episodes of Infectious Enthusiasm, which is a podcast I do with Quinn Murphy. And we largely talk about Pathfinder 2nd Edition and how it relates to other role-playing games. As far as my favorite parts of this session, all of them were my favorite parts. This was great. I love the way all of you came together and interacted with each other and with the general world. And now I'm really looking forward to getting the answers to these questions back to you and seeing what we do next time. And thanks every one of you for playing. And also, obviously, thank viewers that are here or on YouTube later.
Yay! Awesome, awesome. And now we will head over to Trooper.
Hey, I'm TrooperSJP, and I was playing Mervyn Wicht, the botanist. Botanist. And I just want to say, I think my biggest love goes for how well everyone knows their character and how all these little pieces about the characters came out in such beautiful ways. Like, just like little things, right? Like when Scythe was like, she's shady. Like you know, like there's these all these like, and there were, and so many of these things were these little subtle things that spoke volumes. Like little sentences. Everybody did it, and it was like, oh, these things are so like, you know, so much about Dame Laudine. You know so much about Scythe. I know so much about each one of these characters just from these really little subtle things that you all did that really made it feel like we've all known each other for so long. But it was really, I was just so excited for each of these like little bits. Like from the moment when you're like, I'm in a ball gown that's like like ruined and with soot, and also just like the ways in which you have the Castellan, right, bring in Dorian, and then Dorian having like a bottle of wine from his own cellar. He didn't steal one, right? Like, and also just Atropos being like, yeah, you could take it to my world because there's really nothing that can be destroyed there. Like just all these like these moments that I was like, oh yeah. Oh, so that's my love. Today's what? Tuesday? The next RPG you can find me on will be on Friday on my channel, TrooperSJP at 7 p.m. Eastern, which will be part 5 of 6 for this mini-series called Through the Valley of the Dead, which is a post-dystopian sci-fi western designed by Wandering DM. And we're playing it, and I'm playing a doctor, you know, who lived in a, because we're post-dystopia. Our dystopia was like a world where everything was controlled by Mr. Beast. And we were in like a terrible world where everything was reality TV all the time. All of it, all the time. And that was the plastic surgeon. You know, you never want that plastic surgeon from reality TV shows. You don't want that life. But that was me. And so thank you for our, Brian, thank you so much for the really beautiful way that you just took all of our little bits and just made it worse in the best way. Thank you.
Awesome. Agreed. And now we'll head over to Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa Gay. I'm actually a sci-fi fantasy RPG artist, and you can find my work over on Facebook because I'm really old. It's melissa.gay.art on Facebook. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm Melissa Gay with 3 Ys on Blue Sky. At melissagay.com for the rest of my art. And you guys, this has been so much fun. These guys are all practical strangers to me, and it's gelled together in such a harmonious RPG in such a wonderfully seamless way, and that is just a credit to everyone here. And I think you guys are all awesome, so thank you very much.
Yay!
Also, Melissa's art is amazing. Just go look. It is amazing. It will murder you. It's so good. It is beautiful. Just like the one that you can see on the pinned post on Blue Sky. I
appreciate that. Thank you. And come see me at Dragon Con. I'll have a booth at Dragon Con.
Yay. Excellent. And now over to Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. I have been playing Atropos today, the Harbinger. Gosh, this has been such a blast to play with you guys. I think what I love most, especially this session, is I love it when places feel real and characters feel real to a point where you lose track of time because you're just in the depth of it. And sometimes that can be very difficult to do session 1. And I'm just like leapt in. I have so many questions. I am so bought in. I can't wait to find more. And I just love how much of a found family this has built together. Like if anyone hurts Murden, I'm going to murder them. And because he's a precious little being and we must protect. Where you can find me next online, I do disability meeting storytelling and all of my different characters. And you can find me next on Enchanting Sorcery Productions tomorrow for Halia's Harriers, Fandelver, and Below. We have thrown out all the D&D lore and made something of our own to the point that we are preparing for a Saving Private Ryan type battle. And next session is the calm before the storm. So if you want to see what that's going to turn into, head on over there tomorrow night.
Yay! Excellent, excellent. And finally over to Noctua.
Hello, I'm Noctua. I have been Dame Laudine, who is your knight in shining armor for this. Uh, and yeah, this was amazing, especially for a session one. We've got we've got such a wide variety of characters, and they all are so unique, but the way that they have been collaborating and bringing their own perspectives to these big mysteries that have been dropped upon us is great. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next. So yeah, this is enchanting. Also, if anyone hurts Murthen, I will hurt you, and I've got a very big sword. So yeah, you can find me on the internet over at Blue Sky, where I am at Noctua Magna. I'm not actually streaming anything else right now, so just the Blue Sky for me.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. And I just have to echo, I mean, everyone's been saying it, but I do love how these very disparate characters, we've been able to each just contribute little things that have been, everything that is said meshes in so well with everything that is going on, which is brilliant. I love this. And so kudos to everybody for that. And, for Brian for wrangling it. And so I very much appreciate the degree of yes ending we've been doing tonight. This has been great. So this is glorious. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing how things continue. So I think that's it's going to be freaking awesome. But as for myself, who and or what am I? Great question. As far as I'm aware, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on Twitch, YouTube, and most social media platforms. Wherever I'm not OtherDoc, I'm Jim Yes That Jim. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other things. Down below, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can access my website, social media links, YouTube channel, and all manner of other stuff. You will note there is now down there a panel for 1 year hence, which is a game I wrote that I finally released a little while ago. If you're interested in Descended from the Queen games, basically games like For the Queen, where you have narrative prompts, and if you like the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, please feel free to go check that out at oneyearhence.com. It's been a labor of love for the last several years, and it's finally out there in the world if you feel like checking it out. But as far as that goes, I don't have any other specific plans for things going on right now. I'm not actually, at this point, we've just ended running anything on any other channels right now. So I'm just here. Randomly every now and then playing video games, and doing this on Tuesdays. Just looking forward to that. And that's about it. That's about all I've got right now. When we hit the end card, we're going to probably go say hi to somebody. There are a few different people streaming right now. I will figure it out once we are in the ether and I have access to that part of my brain again that doesn't require me to do the talky thing. And so feel free to hang on if you're so inclined and say hi to them with us. Again, that'll be at the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will catch you next time. Farewell.